Rican Day Parade with your hosts, David Navarro, Susie Castillo, and Joe Torres. Appearances by Grand Marshal, Esaí Morales, Jorge and Laura Posada, David Begnaud, Carlos Beltrán, Zuleika Rivera, Sunny Hostin, Jackie Guerrido, with special performances by Ismael Miranda, Michael Stewart, Johnny Bless, and the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Orchestra. The celebration of one nation, many voices, un pueblo, muchas voces, starts now.
Welcome to the 61st Annual National Puerto Rican Day Parade. I'm Joe Torres.
I'm Susie Castillo.
And I'm David Navarro. And Channel 7 is proud to bring this exciting annual event to you live from New York 5th Avenue, Puerto Rico.
Amazing.
Today's parade celebrates the best of Puerto Rican culture and music. So what better way to begin than with Tita Curera Alonso's famous song, Cucubano.
That's right. Now, for those of you who don't know, the cucubano is a beetle native to Puerto Rico. It glows bright green, bringing light to the darkness of the night. And in this song, it represents the people of Puerto Rico, who are resilient and whose light shines endlessly, no matter what the challenges that they face are.
So let's get this started. Please welcome Danza Fiesta.
Performance.
Very nice. Congratulations.
By Danza Fiesta right there. What a meaningful choice for today's parade as we rejoice in the spirit of Puerto Ricans right here and on the island.
So great to be back with the two of you again this year. We got our flags, we got our pride going. Very excited. That's right. You know, our parade theme once again is Un Pueblo, Muchas Voces, one nation, many voices. And this year the parade honors the heroes, outstanding individuals and organizations who have demonstrated unwavering commitment to providing emergency aid and ongoing recovery relief to Puerto Rico as it rebuilds.
What an effort it's been, David. Today is an opportunity to keep Puerto Rico part of the mainstream conversation. There's still so much work to be done. But it is also, first and foremost, and let's not forget this is a joyous celebration.
Absolutely, that's right. And in that spirit, we pay special tribute to our incredible honorees in education, entertainment, sports, and traditional Puerto Rican music, including exciting performances featuring Puerto Rico's national instrument, el cuatro.
Yeah, you can see now the parade has officially begun. We have the official ribbon-cutting ceremony that happened earlier. We're going to try and show it to you there.
There's the governor.
Isai Morales, the governor.
Zuleika Rivera.
All the people. We're going to have a couple of them in here, our booth, to join and celebrate this. We want to also mention that this year, we're going to be bringing this parade to you in Spanish language. We're going to have Rafael Bello and the Marius Diaz from Univision. They're going to be all afternoon. You can listen and activate the SAP version. You can also come to ABC7NY to watch it. We've got a lot more to tell you about, because this is unusual the way we're multicasting this on social media. We've never done it before like this, so we've got a lot of opportunities for you to enjoy this parade. But now, we are thrilled to introduce you to the fourth member of our team. He's on Fifth Avenue. That's right. With some of today's enthusiastic spectators, our colleagues at Channel 7, Candace McDowell. Candace.
Hey, Susie, David, Joe, you can hear how loud it is and how much of a celebration it is down here along the parade route. I can tell you, I don't know how anyone still has their voice. We're just getting rolling, and they've already been singing and dancing. So much excitement. I'll be here throughout the parade, throughout the afternoon, hoping to give you a taste of what it feels like to be down here in the midst of the excitement. So check back in with me throughout the afternoon.
Oh, don't worry. We'll be there for you, Candace.
Yeah.
Fun. Enjoy it.
Well, right now, performing the national anthem of Puerto Rico, La Borinqueña, one of the parade's 2018 rising stars, singer and a winner of Telemundo's La
Very
Voz
talented
Kids
man.
Talent
Yes.
Show.
Yep.
We bring you now Christopher Rivera.
Y dan arrullos plácidos las olas a sus pies, cuando a sus playas llegó Colón, exclamó lleno de admiración. Oh, esta es la linda tierra que busco del mar y el sol, del mar y el sol, del mar y el sol, del mar y el sol.
Wow.
That was amazing.
That was very moving. That
Wow.
is great.
Well, he was a contestant on this season's The Voice, performing the United States national anthem, 2018 parade honoree, Johnny Bliss.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets sprinkling above us. Puerto Rico, Dios me lo bendiga siempre.
What a rousing rendition of the national anthem there from Johnny Bliss. Looking live down Fifth Avenue for the 61st annual National Puerto Rican Day Parade. And Mother Nature has cooperated, has she not?
Yes.
Because
What
the rains are just holding off. There was a little bit of showers early this morning. But this is actually as pleasant a day for a parade as you can imagine, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's perfect weather, I was saying a little while ago, because the sun isn't shining down on anyone.
And last year it felt like San Juan. And now, mid-70s, we can do it very well. So,
That's
what
right.
a pleasure to have with us our first guest, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand of New York. Senator, how's your Spanish? It's coming along?
Not very good.
Pero este es un sitio puedo practicar. You know, it's a place, learning center here.
See. So how does it feel to be here at the Puerto Rican Day Parade?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a great day to celebrate all the contributions of the Puerto Rican people. We have a lot of Puerto Ricans in New
Sure
York.
we
It's
do.
something we care so deeply about. But it's also a time to remember that people living in Puerto Rico today are suffering, still suffering. And we have not done the work we should be doing. We need a Marshal Plan for Puerto Rico to rebuild the entire islands and make sure that they're better than they were before. But they don't have clean air, clean water. They don't have their education system rebuilt. Their economy's not rebuilt. And as a consequence, families are suffering.
You know what's so frightening is that we're going into hurricane season again. And every time a meteorologist comes up with a storm system that's even near it. I mean, Puerto Rico wasn't just Maria. It had been already a hurricane earlier in the month that had knocked out power.
And
so it wouldn't take much to really worsen the situation.
Agreed. And, you know, the president promised to fix the electric grid and rebuild it. It's not been rebuilt in a way to be resilient.
Right.
They didn't do the thing they should have done. Just rebuild it as state-of-the-art, most resistant in the world to show the next hurricane season, you know, what it's made of. That didn't happen.
Right.
And so all they did was make short-term fixes, not the type of investment that Puerto Rico desperately needs right now.
Senator, so good to see you. Enjoy the parade.
God bless you.
Thank
Viva la
you.
Puerto Rico.
See, your Spanish is perfect.
Spanish is coming
Just
along
as I
just fine.
suspected.
Thank you, Senator.
That
Thank you.
is great.
Well, you can see the red, the white, the blue, and there right now is Scott Stringer's contingency
Yep,
making
sitting
his
in
way
Florida.
up to Fifth Avenue right now.
His Spanish is pretty good. Scott Stringer, raised in Washington Heights, and amidst many Puerto Ricans and Dominicans there. And we'll have a chance perhaps to talk to him a little bit later as well. But what a day it's been so far. Great start to the National Puerto
A
Rican
lot
Day
of people. I
Parade.
feel like this is, it's my third year co-hosting with you fantastic, talented gentlemen, and I think it feels like this is the most amount of people out here on Fifth Avenue.
I think people looked at the forecast and saw that it's not going to be oppressive outside, and that it's actually going to be a nice day to sort of relax and enjoy the parade and not have to battle the sun and not have to battle the other elements. I mean, the conditions could be better.
Yes.
It's just fabulous.
It's perfect. It's perfect out here.
Those look like utility workers. Con Ed, wow, did they play an instrumental role in the recovery effort in Puerto Rico immediately after the storm hit? So,
Yeah, Joe, there's so
thanks.
many heroes to tell, and Con Ed among them, coming down there, volunteering, many of them. And Joe, when you went to the island and you were watching the devastation yourself, many of your reports, talk to me a little bit about the power and the issue with that, with the electricity.
Well, the power was, you lose power, you lose everything. You can't communicate, you can't charge phones, and that was such a big issue. And only recently was there finally 100% restoration to the people on the island. But Dave, as you mentioned, hurricane season is here once again. There's great fear that not even a storm, but just some strong winds might knock out power once again.
Yeah, I think right after. I mean, I think it took me about a week and a half before I got in touch with any family, on the island of Puerto Rico. So yeah, it was a huge issue.
And someone who knows this very well is the governor of New York State. It's a real pleasure to have Andrew Cuomo joining us now. Governor Cuomo, the state has had a strong commitment to the island as a result of what has happened to two storms, basically, that came through back-to-back in a sense. Talk to us a little bit about the commitment from the state.
Well, it's one of the proudest moments for me as governor, has been the way the state has responded to Puerto Rico. Joe came down with me on one of the trips. What this nation has done to Puerto Rico is a disgrace. Puerto Ricans are American citizens, and the response from the federal government was terrible. Remember Hurricane Katrina, which was a terrible embarrassment for the federal government. 1,800 people died. The new numbers are 4,600 died in Puerto Rico. And there was no federal response. And New York stepped up to the plate. You were talking about the Con Ed workers. To get Con Edison there we had to get barges from New York, put the trucks on the barges, and bring them down to Puerto Rico ourselves.
Wow.
I think the state of New York, it's fair to say, did more than the federal government.
And continues to do.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about the future. I know there's some efforts going on in the days ahead to continue to help.
With CUNY and SUNY students in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did phase one is the emergency relief and getting power on, et cetera. And Con Ed and our utility workers all went down. We sent down police. We sent down National Guard. We did contributions all across the state, sent thousands and thousands of pounds. But there's a lot of work still ahead. A lot of the smaller towns haven't gotten help.
Yeah.
This summer, we're organizing a massive volunteer effort to do reconstruction.
That's fabulous.
We have college students, SUNY and CUNY.
Yep.
We have carpenters, laborers, etc. My daughters asked me, what are we doing on summer vacation? I said, good news is we're going to Puerto Rico.
There you go. That's the good news. Bad news is we'll be working.
Bad news is you're going to be shoveling mud.
Yes,
but the
yeah.
good news is, so there's a lot more to do. And our point now as New Yorkers is twofold. Number one, the suffering still goes on.
Yep.
And the federal government should still be doing more. It's not over. And step two, this is going to be a very long road to recovery.
Perhaps
and we're going to be there every step of the way.
Governor, perhaps you've heard about the initiative Google is now kicking off, that they'll match contributions to help with the recovery effort up to $2 million. Your thoughts on that?
Yes, I think it's great. I think, look, New Yorkers, we have a special association with the Puerto Rican community.
Big time.
They're so much a part of our lives, and I'm a born and bred New Yorker from Queens. All my friends, relatives are Puerto Rican. But it's a national issue. It's an issue that hasn't gotten enough attention. It still goes on. It was a great injustice. Again, just think about it. More people died here than in Hurricane Katrina. And in both cases, they're American citizens. There were no difference. There's no difference between the people in Hurricane Katrina and the people in Puerto Rico. They're both American citizens.
Governor, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And from one Queens boy to another, thanks for all the state has done for us. We really
Yes.
appreciate it.
Thank you for being a voice.
You made Queens proud.
Thanks a lot, Governor.
Thank you, Governor.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Good to see the governor back out on Fifth Avenue there and see some of New York's bravest and New York's finest waving their flags. Huge representation.
Yeah, this is the Hispanic, this is the Fire Department's Hispanic
Fire Department,
Society,
there you
formed
go.
in 62, uniting and improving quality of life for its members, as well as to contribute to the civic and cultural endeavors of the Hispanic community.
And so many
That's right.
proud Boricuas serving
Yes,
in the
many.
FDNY for sure.
Yep.
So-
They are coming out in strong numbers. They strive to increase the number of Latinos in public service of the New York City Fire Department and provide them with support for advancement. So a lot of great work that they do.
They get big cheers, the fire trucks.
They do.
Wherever they
yeah.
go, right?
From the kids, the adults, everybody loves them.
The kids love the horns and the flashing lights and the big tires. I mean, it's just so great.
As you said before, part of this parade is about celebrating the heroic work done by the volunteers that went down to Puerto Rico at the worst time. And the fire department sent a crew, along with the police department, a rescue unit that was deployed by FEMA, and their work just amazing. My own family was rescued by one of them. It was a wonderful experience.
Wow.
To have that New York connection, reaching down there, I just can't put a measure of how important it is. And there you go. And in addition, with great salsa dance.
Look at that.
You
He's got the maracas out. I love it.
All right, before we head out, we want to remind you about the Google campaign. Again, it's a tremendous effort by a tech company that has offices here in New York City. There you see the address to click on to help with your support, and they will match it up to $2 million. Stay with us. We're coming right back for more of the 61st Annual Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York City.
The National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Channel 7 is sponsored by New York Lottery. Go for the win with Take 5. Nissan, innovation that excites. And Macy's, find summer fashion, find the remarkable you.
Boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. I say boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. My baby's casting spells on me.
This may look like a car, but it's not a car. Because we don't make just cars. We make technology that moves people. This is the all-new Nissan Leaf, featuring Nissan Intelligent Mobility with tech like Pro Pilot Assist that is reinventing driving and changing the way we commute. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Have we tried communicating with them?
We have. First we tried the lights, then we tried the sounds.
What about the cryptologist?
Hey guys, I'm the cryptologist. Sorry I'm late.
The odds of this ending well aren't looking good. Why don't we go play Take 5 from the New York Lottery instead? We've got a 1 in 9 chance of winning.
Yeah, all right.
Great.
Puerto Rico is a special, unique place to visit. The people are phenomenal and resilient. In the immediate aftermath of the storm, the Airbnb community doubled down and helped us recover effectively. The partnership with Airbnb allows us to share our heritage because now we can showcase that Puerto Rico is open for business.
Welcome to the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade. Live coverage here on ABC7 here in New York City, as well as ABC7NY.com. Fifth Avenue. What a great day it's been so far, Susan.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so glad to be back. And, you know, every time we come here, we don't know what to expect. And this is a year of so much trouble back on the island. Yet a year to remember those who came down and sacrificed and the ongoing rebuilding effort that's going on right now on that.
But at the same time, celebrate as well, because
it's always about culture, history, and pride.
And a lot of people would argue that the parade is needed this year more than in any other year.
100%. We need to bring more attention to what's going on because the recovery efforts still continue. And what a wonderful way to be here today and celebrating with everyone.
Let's check in with our adopted Boricua, Candace McCowan from Eyewitness News. She's alongside the street, and she's got someone to talk to there. Candace?
Absolutely. I love that title for the day. You talk about the resilience, and a lot of people are talking about that here. I'm joined by Valerie and Lillian. They're from Yonkers, and you guys are from, you have family in Puerto Rico. Tell me where.
We were born in Puerto Rico. A town called Bayamón is considered to be known as el pueblo de chicharrón.
And so tell me, you have family that were impacted obviously by the hurricane. How are they doing now?
Well, some of our family is doing much better, but unfortunately we did lose an aunt, Luisa. And I was just there a couple of weeks ago, and I was happy to see that it's doing much better, and that we were able to not really have lost so much, but we did lose a lot. I'm feeling very emotional, and I'm so happy to be here with my sister. And
well, let me ask. Yeah, and it is an emotional time, but tell me, what does it mean to be here today?
What it means to be here is for us to be together, to know that we have people that are backing us up, and our God is here with us, and He knows that we're going to get back up. Puerto Rico se va a levantar.
Se levanta Puerto Rico. So today, definitely, thank you, ladies, for celebrating resilience. So much to scream and yell about and dance about. It's so hard to not be down here and be dancing, clapping, zapping your fingers, everything. It's a fun celebration down here. Back to you guys.
Well,
Thank you.
I can't believe she mentioned Bayamón. I mean, right away I want a chicharrón. She put it in my head.
Yeah.
And now I have to have some.
Or traffic.
You bring it
next year. I'll bring you a bag.
It's a great Pueblo Bayamón. But she talked about the difficulty that some people have. You see how emotional some folks get in the midst of celebration. All it does is to think back a little bit about what friends and family have gone through, and suddenly the tears start to flow and are still going through. Yes, you are. All right, we saw New York's strongest. The Department of Sanitation just went by, and who do we have coming forward now? More banderas. Que bandera más bonita,
That's
right?
You know, I always think back when we do this, I love connecting with our roots and where our family is from. I like to tell everybody very proudly, my mom was from Santurce, and my father's from Eyewitness. And what about you guys again?
You got the island covered. Go ahead.
My family is, most of them are down south in Ponce, Santa Isabel, and Juana Diaz.
And on my mother's side, Fajardo. And on my father, born and raised in Rio Piedras.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
yeah,
sure.
we really do have the island covered right
yes,
here.
we do. And all of those communities impacted, as was the entire island, by Hurricane Maria.
I love even the kids that have so much pride.
Yeah.
And they're out here dancing, singing.
You're not going to find a more colorful parade than ours, I'll tell you. It's just wonderful to see everybody.
And it's just, look at qué precioso. Wow.
La reina.
Man, that is just fantastic right there. The Hispanic Society of the New York City Transit Authority riding there and looking good, looking sharp, with the flag on the front of the car where it should be today. Right, David?
Absolutely.
You got the wheels decorated, for sure.
They were incorporated in 1965. They work to support its Hispanic members through the organization and strengthen their position in public service.
And I got a cousin in that group right now marching, so let's give a shout out to Dennis. Dennis Navarro, vida!
Okay.
Represent, wepa!
Familia.
I love it.
Just there you saw the Federation Nacional del Pueblo Puertorriqueño. It's important to remember there are 78 municipalities, towns in Puerto Rico, now all under one umbrella, and the purpose of the Federation is to educate their youth about Spanish culture
Very
and
important.
their history.
Very important.
Taínos, right, Dave? Yeah, David's family.
On both sides of my family, we moved back to Taino. The incredible connection, and I'm so proud of that part of my heritage.
For sure. And there you can see, look at the flags of all the different municipalities. Wow.
There it is.
Great day. Good representation.
And you'll see that RIP, that people still not forgetting all those lost. The exact number still not known. But in reality, it's much more than what happened right after the storm. It's days after and weeks after people were still suffering as a result. And it's something that we never want to forget, and we always want to be there to help lift us up.
Yeah, you'll see the new number, 4,600, and that results from the Harvard study that was just finished that said the indications are that more than 4,600 people perished in Hurricane Maria, despite the fact that the islands, there you see the number, that the islands count stands at 64 officially.
Yeah, earlier we saw that's the Federation of Towns in Puerto Rico, and this year's honored town, among all of them, of course, is Morovis, founded in 1818. We'll talk more about them a little later when their own parade float comes through.
And important about Morovis is celebrating their 200th anniversary.
Isn't that incredible?
This year.
Yes,
so
they
it's
are.
just fantastic.
Yeah, here's the thing. They were hit hard by this, firsthand, Joe. Yet they still sent a representative team up here because they thought it was that important.
Yes.
All right,
well,
you've got a new guest with us. Go ahead, Susie.
We do. Special guest Justin Steele from Google, who is doing amazing things. Thank you so much. Yeah, wow. So
tell us about this project with Google. I mean, it's first of a kind in many ways, and you teamed up with Lin-Manuel Miranda. You got to share the story and how you're making a difference.
Absolutely. So we were right on the ground in Puerto Rico when Hurricane Maria hit, but this is the first time we've ever tried to drive donations for the benefit of an impacted area after the natural disaster. And so Google's matching up to $2 million in public matching for people who would donate to the recovery efforts in Puerto Rico. We're running this all the way through June 20th, so we're really hoping that the public will step up, draw attention back to the island. We've got Hispanic Federation and Mercy Corps on the ground working with small, medium-sized businesses. As you all know, those are the lifeblood of the Puerto Rican economy, small businesses. A third of Puerto Rican workers are employed by small businesses, so it's very important. There's 10,000 are closed. So we've got to get those businesses back up and running, and we're donating $2 million to match public contributions to get those back up again.
Incredible. So how can people get involved?
How can people contribute?
There's a website, it's called g.co/supportpr, or you can just Google it, and you'll probably, it'll come up. But yeah, through June 20th, we'll be matching people's campaigns. And as you mentioned, Lin-Manuel Miranda is
I love the story you told at the gala, and that Lynn's dad, who's been a long-time activist here in New York City. So that's very nice, but let's do a little more, right?
Absolutely. So we started with $1 million, which felt very ambitious to us. It's hard to get $1 million in public attention 9 months after such a disaster. But yes, of course, Luis Miranda, we started connecting with him. It became $2 million pretty quickly. And Jennifer Lopez tweeted this morning, Gloria Stefan was on Instagram on Friday, so we've had incredible support from influencers.
How would you go about distributing the money? The money goes to who?
All of the money is going directly to Hispanic Federation and Mercy Corps. They're going to give it to small businesses in the form of microloans, technical assistance. And so there's 100% of the donations go right to those two organizations.
Wow. Well, it's just a fantastic effort, and thanks to you and to all the colleagues that you have there at Google.
No, we're very excited, and we can't do it without the spirit of Puerto Rico, without the Puerto Rican diaspora, without everybody who's at the parade today. It's going to take all of us to
Is
be able
this
to
your
raise
first
that money.
time at the parade?
I came once 15 years ago. This is the first time I feel like as an adult. And it's a different experience and I have my kids with me today. So
That's the way
being
to
able to pass it on to the next generation.
It's a family event, and
it's beautiful.
Thank Google and thank you for all that you've been doing. We want you to have a great day in this parade.
Well, thank you. We feel the hospitality, the love. It's been an incredible few days to be here, and it's an honor. So thank you all for helping us spotlight this campaign.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much.
Some rice and beans and pernil, and you'll be just fine.
Amen. It's a menudos, right? Let's go.
Isn't that great? All right, back out on the road here, Fifth Avenue, and you can see wonderful representation happening right now. And we want to remind everyone that this year, Channel 7 is giving you more ways than ever to experience the National Puerto Rican Day Parade. It's our first ever interactive multi-stream experience. Now you go to ABC7NY, or you can go to the ABC7NY app, and you can not only watch the parade, but also listen to the broadcast in Spanish. We have Rafael Bello and Demarius Diaz from Univision 41, two incredible talents. We're so lucky to have them. They're helping us bring this parade to you as well.
That's right.
And if you just want to watch the parade coverage without us, then I can't understand why anyone would want to do that.
I would have it on in the background. I could see that.
Yeah, you could just lock into the main camera here and see the marchers as they head down Fifth Avenue and enjoy the parade in just sort of a natural sound surrounding.
That's right. And we were just talking to Justin Steele from Google. Here are his colleagues.
Yes. Yep. There's the multi-stream experience, which is a first for us at Channel 7. We're glad to be doing it here at the National Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Awesome.
And don't forget social media, right?
That's right.
We've been posting some pictures and some videos on our social media sites. The parade hashtag PR parade. There you see it on the bottom right of your screen. You can also hashtag us at Channel 7, hashtag ABC7NY. And that right there is una bandera from the chopper.
Did they get that out of your garage, Joe?
It took a while to unfold it, but
I would imagine. Look at how big that is.
I think that's the biggest Puerto Rican flag that I've seen.
We're going to get more details on the flag in just a minute. But yeah, of all the flags that we've seen, I think that by far is the largest, without question.
And there you go, remembering. They want you to register. They want you to resist. They have their own. They want to turn this march into an call for action. Still remembering all the lives lost in this disaster. We're still counting it up. And of course, the island's still looking to move forward. But also, it's important to note that it is a time of rebuilding. It is a time of pride. It is a time to remember those who went down and honor those who came to Puerto Rico's aid when we needed it the most.
And there in the front of that, marchers there, you'll see in the center, Ruben Diaz Jr., the Bronx Borough president, and speaking of Bayamon, him and his family from Bayamon. And then to his right and our left, Adriano Espaillat, representing us in Congress. And then on the left, Marcos Crespo, assemblyman and proud Boricua himself. So, and I think we're going to get a chance to talk to Ruben Diaz.
Strong Puerto Rican roots here in New York.
Yeah.
Especially in our political family, and they're showing, their commitment to the community.
And I love how colorful the Google float is.
Yeah.
Google seeks to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful, of course. We've all been using Google for a long, long time. Their mission is to open doors for the representation, advancement, and inclusion of Hispanic Googlers worldwide.
Yeah, they're employees are part of ORLA, Google's employee resource group for Latinos. It's so important to see that happen.
Yep. And this is their first year participating in the parade, which is really nice. But they're hoping to build a strong partnership and participate for years to come. It's great to hear that.
And clearly, they have a beat.
They do.
Exactly.
They
can keep it in
band.
rhythm.
Keep it going.
I love it.
Want to give a big shout out to Shannon Sohn in News Copter 7. She's providing these live pictures of News Chopper 7 from high up above 5th Avenue. News Copter 7 out and about for many different events, such as this one.
We're going to have to wait till the end of the day to get the exact numbers, but clearly you could get 1 million plus at this parade.
Easy.
And it's just great. It's just one big, giant block party.
I love it.
There we have the United Transit Leadership Organization's group.
And they brought their own band, didn't they?
Well, there we got the police department.
Yep.
So great to see the smiling faces, the pride on display.
Yeah, the Transit Authority Hispanic Society incorporated way back in 1965. They work supporting Hispanic members throughout the organization and strengthening their position in public service, and we thank them for their public service. Wow, they can play.
They really can. I mean, I am impressed. Wow.
Wow. Bailando y gozando. That is fantastic. The NYPD Hispanic Society. They got their groove on. They came ready.
They've been participating in the parade for the past 10 years.
And, you know, it's so much more than parades. They involve themselves in the community. They look at education programs, help other Latinos in the city. It's wonderful, wonderful. This year, they're remembering the founding fathers. Back in 1957 is when they got kicked off as the Hispanic Police Department Hispanic Society.
And it's worth pointing out, you know, so many Puerto Ricans have worked their way into public service throughout every different, we saw court officers, we've seen police officers, we've seen firefighters, the sanitation department. You know, wherever you go, you're going to find proud Boricuas serving New York City.
And cousins of mine, I'm going to tell you, my cousin's the 19th precinct. I believe he's in this parade today. I got to look for him.
He is.
I told you about my MTA cousin.
Sure.
You know,
there you go.
We got it covered over here.
There we go. This year, the New York City Correction Department Hispanic Society, and their emphasis is on the importance of teamwork and unity and respect amongst their Latino union carpenters. They work hard, correction officers, for sure. Proud Boricuas.
Absolutely.
He's the boss right there.
He's the boss, exactly. You know, there's one guy to sort of make sure to keep an eye on things. Oh, she's having a good time. Man, if you come to this parade, you better be prepared to dance, right? Because, you know, it's infectious, the music, and you just end up shaking a leg before the night's over.
Muchos besos,
Besitos y abrazos para todo el mundo.
That's a lot of love.
We're certainly a lively bunch, are we not?
Yes.
Oh, and Candace has somebody live down on 5th Avenue. Candace, what's going down?
Hey, I can tell you what, Susie, I don't know how to salsa, but I'm doing something. I don't know what it is because all the music is kind of infectious here. I'll let you know. I'm joined here by Elsie, and you're from New Jersey, and you have a special connection to Puerto Rico because of your son. Tell me about him.
Well, my brother was one of the first responders in the hurricane in Maria. He's been working 12-hour shifts, like, since the beginning. And he came to have a little R&R here in New York and visit me here in New Jersey. He's right behind me. Yeah, I'm very proud of him. And, you know, he went through a lot.
It's been hard. Has he told you about the impact it's having?
Well, yes. It's been like a mental impact. You know, they're having a really hard time and able to get like food and stuff because a lot of the big supermarkets have closed, so they have to go like an hour away from their house in order to get food and stuff like that.
We are thankful that this is a day that we can take a break, celebrate, and talk about resiliency that we have here.
That's true. We're resilient Puerto Ricans, and we wear our pride on the outside.
Elsie, thank you so much, and thank you to your brother for what he does so much. Means a lot to a lot of people out here. Many people talking about how important today is to them and how different it is from years past. Guys, I'm going to throw it back to you.
All right, Candace, thank you.
Candace, my gosh, you could just see the emotion. You can hear the emotion in that woman's voice.
Absolutely, for sure.
This has just affected so many.
Right now,
with the mass here. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, this is the Association of Mayors in Puerto Rico, and they organized a trip specifically to march in today's parade. So many of them, among them, Morovis is the honored city this year.
But there's a good number of mayors here from Peñuelas, from San Sebastián, Santa Isabel is here. The mayor of Loíza is here.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Utuado. We have the mayor, you already, Loíza, you mentioned Loíza.
Yeah, the mayor of Morovis, we had a chance to talk to her, and, they were featured here within the parade, and she said, presente, we'll be there. Don't you worry. All righty. A live look from high above in Newscopter 7. We're going to take a break. This is the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade on 5th Avenue in New York City. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
The National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Channel 7 is sponsored by Corona. Enjoy the refreshing taste of Corona and experience something extra. Google matching up to $2 million for Puerto Rico. And JetBlue, tú por encima de todo.
Puerto Rico is in crisis. It's been 9 months since Hurricane Maria. So many people all over the world have opened their hearts to help Puerto Rico, but there's still so much work to be done. Small businesses are the lifeblood of Puerto Rico. They were the hardest hit, and it has been harder for small businesses to get back on their feet. Join Google in supporting small business recovery efforts on the island. Google will match up to $2 million in donations. Donate now at g.co/supportpr. Thank you.
Sir, how many of them are there?
2, maybe 300,000.
We could, all 6 of us, go and 5 of us, go and fight them. Or we could just go play Take 5 from the New York lottery. We'd have a 1 in 9 chance of winning. Much better off. Tally ho.
ABC7 gives voice to New York's Latino community. Watch Tiempo with Eyewitness News anchor Joe Torres. Sunday mornings at 11:30, right here only on Channel 7.
New York's first choice. Eyewitness News, first at 4.
Welcome back to 5th Avenue, the 61st Annual National Puerto Rican Day Parade. And what you're looking at here, the New York City Council, el Consejo Municipal de la Ciudad de Nueva York.
That's right. The council is New York City's legislative body. They introduce and vote on legislation having to do with all aspects of city life. They negotiate and approve the city's budget, monitor city agencies such as the Department of Education and the New York Police Department, and they make decisions about the growth and development of New York City.
And so many more Puerto Ricans came back into New York City, or came to New York City even for the first time as a result of this storm. This legislative body has had more important work than ever before to represent this new influx of people that have come in. Some are going to stay. Some may go back. The reality is, everyone's personal situation is going to determine what they have to do. But more than ever, this city council has found themselves being a guardian for a growing group of Puerto Ricans as a result of the disaster.
City Councilwoman Kalina Rivera, there you see the banner for her. She was alongside Governor Cuomo for their most recent trip to Puerto Rico, making sure that the city council was represented. And here now, we talked about it earlier, the featured pueblo from Puerto Rico here for the parade, of Pueblo de Morovis.
They wondered, many of the organizers wondered if any of them could make it, and they said they would not miss it for anything.
Presente, and look at that. They have their own camera.
I love that. That's our camera right there. Yes,
That's
right on
great.
the float. I love it.
And if you remember, David, some of the images that came after the storm, that picture of the bridge washed out, that was from Morovis. They had a bridge there which made difficulty getting from one side. Not difficulty, impossibility.
I saw the pictures.
Getting from one side to the other there. So, you know, their recovery there has just been monumental.
And they are worried particularly about future storms that may come through that area right now.
Sure.
Their electric grid is fragile, considering what they've been through already.
Right. And Morovis they're here celebrating their 200th anniversary. They were founded in 1818. Morovis is home to the Cabachuelas Tavern.
You said that
Did I
very
say
nicely.
that correctly? Cabachuelas.
It's not habichuelas, it's cabachuelas.
See, between the chicharrón and the habichuelas, you guys are making me hungry.
I'm kind of hungry now. A little arroz junto would be nice.
Yes, that would be good.
Is anyone taking requests?
I know. They're also home. Morovis is also home to the Cuatro Festival and so much more. I mean, it's just a party. It sounds like
but in that town, they lost roofs, their personal possessions washed away by the storm.
Yeah,
and look at them. Look at their faces. Yeah. Look at their resilience.
Yeah, they're right next to us now. And you know, much has been said about La Sonrisa Boricua, the smile that Puerto Ricans have in the face of adversity. And you go talk to them, you go find them, and they have smiles across their faces from ear to ear. And it really is moving and touching.
And about half of the population in Morovis continues to recover, and they still don't have access to electricity. About half.
It's been super challenging there because of its location, where it is on the island. Very, very difficult in terms of the terrain there. You know, when we were there recently, we talked to somebody in Loíza, and we asked them, you know, how prepared are you guys for the next hurricane season? And he looked at me, David, in a way that only a Puerto Rican can say. The power lines, they're held up with chewing gum.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, literally, it's and I'm not saying this lightly, it's an episode of Survivor. You know, in many ways, people, their homes are wiped out, and so they rebuild little structures behind the wreckage of their home, just to give themselves shelter
and to get from day to day.
Just to get through day to day. You know, some of them drinking water that is not really water to be had at this point, but they do it to survive, and here they are. Strong and showing their pride
and resilient
in this parade.
Tierra de Titanes. Wow, Titans. That's fantastic.
Is that not the truth?
It really does leave me speechless to see their smiling faces, knowing what they've left temporarily, right? To join us here on Fifth Avenue today.
Right. Look at the contingent. I mean, they didn't send 5 or 10 people.
Yeah.
No, they sent hundreds.
Yep. And here they are.
Wow.
The little ones have come. Old and young.
It's got to feel great to them to lift up Morovis.
And know how much support they have.
Yes, and support. Yeah.
Yes, it's important for them to be here.
For them.
Absolutely.
Un pueblo, muchas voces. Yeah, that's it for sure.
And when you see, efforts like the Google effort that we just talked about earlier, and you look at, the concerts that have been held, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and the video that they put together, and just incredible how so many people stepped up and answered the call for help.
Yes. Something I found really shocking throughout the entire process, you guys, and I don't know if you probably felt the same way, is how many Americans didn't know that Puerto Ricans are also Americans.
Like American citizens.
That it's a commonwealth of the U.S.
Or how many people thought they needed a passport to go to Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Well, it has certainly reignited the debate over statehood, independence, Commonwealth, because, many will question if this would have happened if this had been a state, if the response would have been the same. And it's a legitimate question to ask.
And I don't think it's a question that's going to go away anytime soon. It'll be part of the discussion from here on out.
Especially with the new Harvard study that was published and how many deaths actually occurred due to Hurricane Maria.
Mira que bonita. Wow, did you see the little girl with the crown there?
So beautiful. I don't miss the crown,
of course.
Joe.
Yes, exactly. Oh, that's great.
Well, and speaking of crowns, I remember when I won Miss USA in 2003, I was only the second Puerto Rican woman to win the title. And
we were very
in Puerto
proud,
Rico, thank you.
We're still proud.
In Puerto Rico, my aunt say clippings upon clippings.
Right.
You know, they were like, you are on the cover of every local magazine, every paper. Everybody in Puerto Rico was so proud that Miss USA was representing not just the U.S. but them as well. You know, and it was such an honor for so many reasons for you know that year for me as Miss USA. And I actually participated in the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yep, for sure.
Yes, I walked.
Yeah, you've been out
I walked down Fifth Avenue, and here I am again.
You use the handshake, you use the patent wave.
Mine is really sloppy, you guys. that young lady with the crown walking down Fifth Avenue that we just saw, much more elegant than mine. Mine was like sloppy wave, but there they are. We're still looking at Morovis.
Yes, you know, within the contingent of people from Morovis is the Liga Atlética Policiaca de Morovis, the Police Athletic League. This year's honored town is Morovis in Puerto Rico. The Police Athletic League, created in 1943, has 173 chapters throughout the island with an enrollment, get this, of 13,800 members and 107 youth officers. And their slogan, you want to read their slogan?
Yeah, forging the leaders of the future.
Que bueno, that's fantastic.
You know, and as we look at all the dancing and the celebration of culture, remember there are lots of ways that people can continue to make donations to help the situation in Puerto Rico. Of course, the Red Cross, there's Friends of Puerto Rico, UNICEF, we're talking about Global. Every opportunity you can, there's plenty of things out there that you can make a difference.
What was amazing, David, if you remember, you know, soon after the storm, the response and the recovery effort was large, but also small, from, you know, little kids in New Jersey that were giving up their toys, and pizzerias that were having special contributions. And
those are the little things that make such a difference.
The little things that make such a huge difference, that people felt compelled to provide some sort of assistance.
Yes. Well, oftentimes, you know, people want to just do anything. They don't want to just give money. They want to create, you know, a fundraiser themselves to help their personal, you know, family.
Right. And the Hispanic Federation has been so instrumental in bringing in all of those different relief efforts, putting them under one umbrella to make sure that the money that is brought in gets distributed to the right people in the right places.
Right.
Because you know how easy it is to get lost when suddenly there's an influx of cash.
Right.
And suddenly where it was supposed to go, it wasn't going.
Right. And we hear that happening.
Yeah. Well, we saw it in the aftermath of the storm.
Right. We did. Look at that.
Yeah, that's the Morovis flag. Still, man, they sent a lot of people.
A lot of people,
That is so great.
Oh, and there's our stage, yes.
You can see us. That black, the blue awning is the stage where the performers are. The one with the black top.
I can see your
That's
hand.
us.
You can see my hand.
There's Joe waving. Say hi.
There we go. That's it. So look at that.
We are not robots.
Those are connections. I get my flag too. It's all who you know.
That's right.
Yes. Nice cuff you had there. I like that.
Thank you, Shannon Sohn in Newscopter 7 for those pictures high above.
Oh, look at that. That's going to be a beautiful photo.
Yep. Man, it was a plane load of people, wasn't it?
It really was.
I think so. I think so.
They brought their flag with them. That is a big flag.
You know, and I bet they're watching back home as well, streaming our coverage on the internet. So wherever, si tiene familia, por donde quiera, you can just go to ABC7NY and watch our coverage. You can watch it in English. You can watch it in Spanish. You can watch it just natural sound without us. And we got to soak up the sights and sounds.
Got to give a big shout out to Rafael Bello and Damaris Diaz from Univision 41, who's bringing you the Spanish language broadcast of our parade. So good of them to help us out with this.
For the first time.
And if some of you are mobilizing out on the parade route, getting pictures, be sure to post them. We'd love to see your pictures. Hashtag ABC7NY, hashtag PR Parade. So, you know, it's fantastic.
And
social media.
Speaking of Telemundo, here they are, Telemundo ambassadors, Gaby Acevedo, Alan Villafañe.
Talk about buena gente. Alan is so great. He is, we saw him at the gala, David, the other night, and he is just one proud Boricua to represent his people. Ricardo Villarini. Yeah, Ricardo is great. David and I, we see him out on the street. He's a reporter with them, and just a great guy. And he is so honored and so proud to be represented here in the parade.
Julio Gaby Acevedo's out there. He's up there on the float as well. He's done a lot of good work. He's press correspondent for the Olympic Committee of Puerto Rico at the Olympic Games as well.
And Ricardo, originally from Caguas, Puerto Rico. So the Telemundo ambassadors.
You know, you talked about your mother being so proud of you, Susie. And, you know, as a journalist, we grew up, a lot of us, I think I could speak for Joe, the faces we looked at, and we thought to ourselves, oh, there's Gloria Rojas and, you know, David Diaz, and there's so many that were, trailblazing for us. And they became important, and we saw their faces, and we thought, oh, you know.
One day,
we are being represented. It was a wonderful experience, just the way when you were crowned Miss America, for us to see these faces. And we will have in the booth more people like that. You know, Isa Morales is going to be here later. And he's the Grand Marshal this year. And, I watch his movies, and I go, hey, I go to my friends, he's Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah.
Like as if I had any say in that.
Just a reminder.
Like it reflects on me personally. And that's the truth, though.
Look at who else is marching.
Wow.
Down Fifth Avenue. Los mascotas están afuera. Riding down Fifth Avenue.
For sure.
So we were talking about Gabi Acevedo. Gabi's a San Juan-based freelance journalist, and he provides additional coverage of Puerto Rico's ongoing rebuilding and recovery efforts following the devastation caused by Hurricane Maria.
Which means he's been busy.
He's been very busy, because it's still ongoing, and he reports in both Spanish and in English.
And there's our Grand Marshal.
Isai
Morales.
He's looking great.
What an award-winning actor, activist, performing artist.
Brooklyn song.
Yep.
By the way, have you seen Ozark?
I watched it.
He is awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. And he's awesome in anything he does. But yeah, he was tremendous in that.
And over his years, he's not just a typical Hollywood actor. He's someone who's always been very active in many programs for the community. I think it came from his mother because she was a union activist growing up, and it's just fantastic. And here you see the Positive Workforce group, responsible, hardworking people, proud Puerto Ricans, part of the New York City Labor Organization. They've got their flags out. They got the construction helmet out there. They got their vests. They are proud. They're Puerto Rican, and they are here with us. Thank you so much.
So proud that they're the ones that had that big flag, the largest Puerto Rican flag ever to come down Fifth Avenue. So 72 feet long, that flag, 30 feet wide. Papo Vasquez and the National Puerto Rican Orchestra, take it away.
Because the National Puerto Rican Day Parade will be back before you know it.
The National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Channel 7 is sponsored by Corona. Enjoy the refreshing taste of Corona and experience something extra. And Google, matching up to $2 million for Puerto Rico.
Maria was devastating for Puerto Rico. We already passed 8 months since Maria. We still have families that don't have energy. They're suffering. It's important for the people to donate because we need more support. That's going to give us the help to get back on our feet. Puerto Rican people, we are strong, we are grateful, we fall down and we start again.
So, how many of them are there?
2, maybe 300,000.
We could, all 6 of us, go and 5 of us, go and fight them. Or we could just go take 5 from the New York lottery. We'd have a 1 in 9 chance of winning. Much better off. Tally ho.
This may look like a car, but it's not a car. Because we don't make just cars. We make technology that moves people. This is the all-new Nissan Leaf, featuring Nissan Intelligent Mobility with tech like Pro Pilot Assist that is reinventing driving and changing the way we commute. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Welcome back to live coverage of the 61st Annual National Puerto Rican Day Parade along 5th Avenue in New York City. Now's a good time to remind you, Channel 7 gives you more ways this year than ever before to experience the National Puerto Rican Day Parade with our first ever interactive multi-stream experience. Go to abc7ny.com or the ABC7NY app, and you can not only watch the parade, but you can also listen to the broadcast in Spanish and Espanol, or watch some of the other cameras that we have, and we've got quite a few. It's all available on ABC7 and
Have to thank Papa Vasquez.
Now you have to say hello.
Yeah.
Oh,
and say hello to our good colleagues from Univision.
She's so embarrassed.
Yes.
I just want to say real quick, thank you to Papa Vasquez and the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Orchestra.
But you see in the corner Rafael Bello and Danaris Diaz from Univision 41.
Hi,
We're bringing the Spanish language to you. Thank you so much, gang. You guys doing an awesome job.
Yes,
really
fantastic.
appreciate it.
I want to thank the good folks from Positive Workforce. That was the big flag that we kept referring to.
Yep.
They're the ones who carted it here. The dimension 72 feet long, 30 feet wide, and it takes more than 100 Positive Workforce volunteers, friends, and family to proudly march it down 5th Avenue.
And march it down they did,
Yeah,
very
they did.
proudly.
Yes.
And to remind everyone, we are Joe Torres, Susie Castillo, I'm David Navarro, and we are back to 61st Annual Puerto Rican Day Parade. We could not be happier to be back together.
And
Such
look
an
who's
honor.
here with us on the stage.
Eastside.
Marshal, Eastside Morales. Now, I don't know, what is the official way to introduce the Grand Marshal? Is it a salute? Is it like a nod? What do I do for a Grand Marshal?
I think today it's a wepa.
A
That we can do.
Yes. I'm so touched. I haven't been to our Puerto Rican Day Parade in a while since I was a young man. And it's just so beautiful to see the folks come out, that, the resilient spirit and the fact that we can still be so happy despite some, some less than sufficient feelings of support in certain areas. But you know what?
Yeah.
We're going to outclass the people who don't like us because we're going to love them to death, okay?
Amen.
We're Americans. We're first class. We're not second class citizens.
Gracias.
And we just want to say that, we are here and we are not going anywhere, and we're going to love and take care of each other as Puerto Ricans, as Americans, and as human beings. We're human beings. We can't forget that.
Well said.
Absolutely.
You want to go ahead?
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to say that, as a fellow Puerto Rican, we were just talking about your work as an actor and just how proud we are. That you're out there representing us. Tremendous talent. We were just talking about Ozark. You were unbelievable. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know too much about money laundering at this point.
I was a bad guy.
But you were a good bad guy.
Not the first time, right?
Awesome.
A great bad
Actually, I'm
guy.
going to be a bad guy in Superfly now.
Excellent.
Wait for that to come out.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
But even your work with SAG-AFTRA, muchísimas
Yes.
gracias. Thank you so much.
I voted for you.
Thank you.
I voted
We're
for
all
you.
members, you know that, right?
Listen, really, that's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
And we have to represent, we're working people, and we can't, let people forget that fact that as the cost of living goes up, we have to represent our own needs as well.
Absolutely.
And you get that from your mother, didn't you?
My mother was the #1 union organizer for the International Ladies Garment Workers Union from the year 67 to 70. So God bless you, Mami, te quiero mucho, which I think most of us know what that means.
Yeah.
And, she's in Puerto Rico now. Thank God she's okay. But for 2 weeks, 2 devastating weeks, I did not know her whereabouts or my brothers. It's terrifying. Well, my mother right now is in Calle, but she was born in Morovis in the center of the island.
Yeah, just celebrated Johannes City.
That's right. And grew up in Bayamon as well. Yes. So we were all over the island. My dad's from Aguadilla, and that family's also from Rio Piedras. We're from all over the place, but we have a big heart. We got a lot of passion, and not all Americans understand our kind of, way out ways. But the more that we can tell our stories, I think the more that our neighbors, our American neighbors and our world neighbors will understand who we are and why we are the ways that we are.
You're like us in many ways, I think, in that you're first generation on the island, right? And all of us were first generation also. But yet, we have the connection still with the island. It's amazing.
Emotional.
Yeah,
it's emotional.
It's in your blood, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, the fact of the matter is we are made up of so many people. We have Amerindian blood, we have African blood, we have European blood from a variety of European sources. So we are really an amalgam, and that's what I love to see. Every time I see somebody that I'm surprised to see as Puerto Rican, it fills my heart because we come in all sizes, shapes, and colors.
And it's immediate brotherhood when you find out, Boricua.
That's right.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, I'm bragging, he's Puerto Rican. It's like it was a reflection on me.
A lot of people don't even know that, though. Because I'm also an honorary Chicano. We have Mexican Americans out here that love me as their own and have taken care of me because of the roles that I've played representing them. So I feel like a dual citizen in a sense. Our Mexican American brothers are Cubanos, Guatemaltecos. Our heart pours out for them. The folks in Mexico that suffered from the earthquake. We just can't forget we are one. Many voices, many origins, but one heart and all American.
I'm trying to.
100%.
Can you take me to the moment? Did you get a phone call or an email that said we'd like you to be the Grand Marshal?
How would you feel about being Grand Marshal of the Puerto Rican Day Parade? I go, this year? After everything that's happened? I go, it's a special year. Really? I go, that would be an amazing honor. Because, I'm not here to throw any blame or anything like that. People have made their passions clear. I'm here to say we're going to love you. We're going to not accept anything less than your love in return and respect. So thank you.
And how does it feel to be back home? Because you're from the Bronx?
In the Brooklyn state of mind. No,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, born, Bronx, bred, Queens, crucified, Manhattan, That's my shtick.
You're going to everybody
and
now.
I'm sticking to it.
You got it down, don't you?
Yes, mishpucha too to our Jewish friends. Because I was a Shabbos goy in Brooklyn. And I just love all humanity, and I really wish that all humanity would know how much love we have for them and vice versa.
Yes.
Well, thank you for being here with us, Isai.
It's my honor.
No, it's tremendous to have your continued success in all that you do. And again, look for you. What's next coming out?
Well, Superfly's coming out. I got a show called Mars, where I play this kind of interesting, billionaire bad guy.
Cool.
I don't know, billionaire but bad guy. Hey, I'll take it. Whatever can feed our family next,
That's awesome.
Thank you so much, Isai. It's a real pleasure. Keep up the good work.
God bless you.
God bless.
Have
fun.
Isai was talking about heroes, and it's so much of this is about paying tribute to the heroes. That's a key theme of this year's National Puerto Rican Day Parade, recognizing the efforts of first responders, community organizations, thousands of Good Samaritans in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria. Let's take a look at some of these heroes respond to the conditions they encountered.
6:15 a.m., September 20th. Hurricane Maria hits the island of Puerto Rico, a Category 5 storm that would leave over 3.4 million residents in what would become a devastating humanitarian crisis.
When we heard that a Category 5 was going to hit Puerto Rico, that it was imminent, the first thing that came to my mind was that the island was not prepared for a natural disaster of this kind.
There was widespread destruction, people left without basic needs, food, clean water, homes, and infrastructure all destroyed. Entire communities gone. Maria wiped out Puerto Rico's power grid, leaving the entire island in the dark.
This satellite image shows the island looks almost blacked out. We've been here 26 hours. My mother needs dialysis.
I found an audience that was so desperate for information that I was able to earn their trust and not stop telling them what what's going on.
First responders, individual people, and organizations like the Hispanic Federation, Comité Noviembre, Catholic Charities, Proyecto Enlace del Caño Martín Peña, Fundación Superhéroes, Chicas by Alejandra, and Positive Workforce stood up for an island in distress.
The Federation was able to assemble the first private disaster relief plane to Puerto Rico with the assistance also with first responders from New York City.
When we arrived in Puerto Rico, the first thing that struck me was it was very dark. Actually seeing, the devastation and the damage that took place, and from right away you could see that they took a pretty heavy hit. We would primarily focused on hospitals because we knew that they were going to need to have those hospitals up and running to be able to assist the people that had been affected by the hurricane.
Catholic Charities was able to meet the needs of the people in Puerto Rico because of our relationship with Caritas. We were able to help over 750 families, and we were able to distribute over $20,000 of emergency relief to these families.
We had just finished giving out about 200 bags of food and toys. And there's this little boy, he must have been about 8 years old, running after the bus. And I thought the boy was going to ask for a toy. As he caught his breath, he's almost crying. He's saying, "Can you give me the food that you're giving out? We came to get the food, but they won't give it to us." Those stories aren't being told.
June 2018. Official death toll, 64. The reality is, it's much more. Recent data released by Harvard Studies stated 4,645 fatalities. There's still work to be done. Puerto Rico needs more heroes.
We want to make sure that Puerto Rico is not forgotten.
Headlines beget calls to action. Calls to action beget results. That's what the people of Puerto Rico need.
Please never forget us. Thank you.
We won't. We won't.
Women, all the men and women who organization came, all answered the call. Thank you so very much.
Yeah. Back live on Fifth Avenue, looking at the Activism network as they make their way up Fifth Avenue. Activism network, they're continuing their founder's vision of integrated health and housing programs by reinvesting in communities through innovative and affordable housing ownership. And obviously they're fans of Mark. You hear the music?
I almost heard what you said there.
All I can hear is the music. Here's Zuleika Rivera.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You all might remember Zuleika was Miss Universe. She was Miss Puerto Rico Universe in 2006 and won the Miss Universe pageant.
Yeah, but a lot of people know her as the beautiful part of Despacito, video, and what made it so special. Yeah, Louis Fonsi had a great song, but you noticed
who was that girl?
But she was at the center of that video, and it became the most popular video in part due to her.
Have a drink of water, David. Okay?
I know. I would sip of the water. It was what you were. It's true. Despacito was a huge hit. It topped the Billboard Hot 100 list for 16 weeks, and Zuleika is, like you said, the mesmerizing dancer.
Yes.
That moves her way through Puerto Rico's La Perla neighborhood. La Perla was also a very hard-hit neighborhood.
Really hard hit, yes.
I mean, it looks nothing. I saw photographs that compared La Perla while they were shooting Despacito and then what it looked like after, and it was unbelievable.
Yes. And to begin with, it was always a challenged community. Always fighting crime and drugs in that area. And yet, you know, Luis's song and video helped really show the human side of what happens there and how important it is to know that that's all Puerto Rico.
Speaking of heroes, this man.
Yes, a network news correspondent worked on the island for 30 days before, during, and after the storm was just monumental.
And continues to report from Puerto Rico.
Yes, he does.
And you know what's funny is that I was like, who is this guy? Who is this David guy? And as I started doing a little more research to see who he was, I thought he was Puerto Rican. I'm like, somebody who's this passionate about Puerto Rico?
Yep.
He spent so much time there, and he's not even Puerto Rican.
And here's our Sunny Hostin from The View, former federal prosecutor, was so proud of her.
Yep.
And, another one, when you discover she's Puerto Rican, you go, yeah, she's Puerto Rican.
Her mom's side. Yes, absolutely.
A Puerto Rican on The View next to Whoopi.
Yep. So been a regular host on The View since 2016. She's won 2 Daytime Emmy Awards for her work on The View in 2017 and this year 2018. And yes, extensive reporting for The View from Puerto Rico in the aftermath of the storm. She is a
great
parade
to see her
ambassador.
commitment to the island and to try and raise awareness to the help that was needed there.
And here we're looking at Victoria Sanabria, el orgullo puertorriqueño. She is, this year the parade is paying special tribute to traditional Puerto Rican music, and in that spirit they are happy to honor Victoria Sanabria, a Puerto Rican singer from Guayama, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, que bueno. She's collaborated with so many other Puerto Rican artists in concerts and on numerous recordings.
Well, wait a minute. New York Yankees,
Let's talk
Jorge
baseball.
Pasado and his wife, who have really stepped up to help the island.
They really did.
You know, I could spend a lot of time, because I'm a Yankee fan, talking about how important Jorge Pasado is to me. But that's not the story here today.
That's not the story.
It's really, after he left, being a wonderful player and bringing us so much happiness, his commitment to the island, he and his wife's commitment to trying to help in many ways.
Yeah, he's much more than just a baseball player. He's a philanthropist, he's an author, and he's really spearheaded the efforts to get help to the people in Puerto Rico. His lovely wife, Laura, right by his side as well.
And they are the madrina and padrino of the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade.
There you see David again.
You know, Dave is the face of what so many reporters have committed to. Joe DeLamonte and Josh Einiger and others who went down and wanted to tell that story firsthand.
And David and I were in the same hotel during the storm, and we were there for 5 days, which felt like 5 years, and he was there for 30 days, which I just find so difficult to believe, but I appreciate it so much. And it looks like Candace McCowan is trying to line up David for an interview. In fact, before we get to a live interview with David, let's take a look at some of the work that he did from Puerto Rico.
The storm made landfall an hour and 15 minutes ago.
Maria inflicted damage on 80% of the homes here.
We are having a humanitarian crisis.
Because of your reporting that I saw last night, I ordered food to be delivered to the airports as well.
I hear you, but it's not getting to them. Amid this misery, you should know we've seen resilience. Right in front of the Capitol here in San Juan, these are shoes with names inside of them, honoring the people who died whose names are not yet factored in.
Please never forget us. Thank you.
We won't. David Begno, CBS News.
Hey guys, I am joined by David Begno. You are like a celebrity out here. There's so many other people. How is it to be out here on this day of resilience and celebrate?
It's a little bit of emotion overload. I'm honored to be invited on behalf of my colleagues to celebrate, I think, the work that journalism was able to do in Puerto Rico, right? We all went there to cover what we thought was going to be another hurricane, and it became probably one of the most fulfilling stories of my career in the sense of what we were able to help get done. We as the journalists were not the heroes. It was actually the civilian Samaritans who were able to do even more than the government was able to do, but we were able to tell the stories of these people and the stories of the people who on the island want one simple thing. They want to be recognized equally as every other American on the mainland. It's been an honor.
You're out here today. You're getting a taste of everybody's spirits and their personalities. What are the similarities that you see between the crowd here and what you saw in Puerto Rico?
Well, the similarities, they're just... They're just as wonderful here. I'll tell you, I'm Cajun. I'm from Louisiana. And I used to think the rowdiest people were Cajuns for Mardi Gras. But you know what? This Puerto Rican Day Parade might be just as good. These are wonderful people who don't want anything more. They just want the same, right? And they deserve it. And as journalists, I think we have an obligation. We have an obligation to see that an injustice when it comes to not receiving the same attention gets righted. And my colleagues and my bosses at CBS News have permitted us to do that. And I'm so appreciative.
That is why you're a champion this year of the parade. I can tell you as another journalist, we appreciate your work and show how important it is.
Thank you.
You should greet all these people that are so excited.
Thanks to Channel 7 for broadcasting it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, you can see that there's so many people out here that really love David and love the work. And he actually was someone that can connect them to their loved ones back home. And so a lot of people so happy to say hello to him out here today. Back to you guys.
Candace, thank you so much, and thank you to David for his work there. Looking live here at Corona Extra Mexican-born lager named for the Suns, Corona, began distribution in 1925. They've been part of the parade, and we're happy to have them here as they make their way down Fifth Avenue.
Yes. Who doesn't like a nice, cold, refrescante Corona every now and then, right?
Right. On the float, of course, is brand manager of Constellation Brands, Eileen Hoy, and we're going to try and get to her a little bit later and talk about their commitment to the cause and to the parade.
Yourself, right? You hear this Latin music, and it's just like,
yeah, right. You gotta move.
You're down there with them right now.
It is so loud, I can barely hear myself.
I'm still here.
So that's why we let the audience enjoy a little bit at that moment. We'll come back on in a second here.
All right, we've got
this is a good time to actually have a conversation again.
I know, right? It really is.
And joining us right now is former Miss Universe and co-host of Telemundo's popular morning show, Nueva Dia, our 2018 parade queen, Zuleika Rivera. Great to have you.
Hi,
yes. I'm so excited to see you. I'm a big fan.
Oh, you're so sweet. So Zuleika, I was Miss USA in 2003. Zuleika was Miss Puerto Rico in 2006. One of the youngest to win the Miss Universe title. You were just 18 years old, right? When you won.
True. Yeah, yeah.
Orgullo puertorriqueño, and of course, the Despacito.
Más grande, Miss Universe or Despacito?
Oh my God!
Yeah. You pick.
I mean, no, both of them. They were just amazing experiences for me, and yeah, I cannot pick one of them. You know,
you're a politician. Mira eso.
¿Cómo se siente, Zuleika, este año especialmente, to be the reina?
Este año, como dijiste, es un año muy especial. This year is a very special year because, you know, after the Hurricane Maria, so we all together, the Puerto Ricans, outside of the Puerto Rico, helping, you know, the ones in need in Puerto Rico, and just telling and spreading to everyone that the way you can help Puerto Rico is going to Puerto Rico, enjoying, you know, la Isla del Encanto, porque sigue siendo la Isla del Encanto Puerto Rico.
Seguro que sí. Y se ve aquí en la Quinta Avenida de Nueva York.
Exacto.
We're so far, but so close to.
Exacto, exacto. Muchísimos puertorriqueños acá.
Su familia.
Nosotros del sur, de Salinas.
Salinas.
De Salinas, yes.
¿Y están bien? ¿Lo más bien?
Sí, están bien, están bien. Digo, están en su proceso de recuperación, la isla, pero sí estamos muy bien.
Tell us about the efforts you organized to help with Puerto Rico.
Well, I'm going to say that in Spanish because it's easier for me. Pero después del huracán María, nosotros reunimos esfuerzos, especialmente muchísimos meses después. O sea, hicimos desde que inició todo el proceso de ayudar y recaudar víveres para Puerto Rico. Nosotros recaudábamos grandes lotes en Miami y lo que hacíamos que los enviábamos a Puerto Rico. Y así sucesivamente lo hicimos por muchísimos meses después del huracán.
Ah, wow.
Oye, did you get that?
Yes,
Yes. Pues gracias, Zuleika, por estar aquí con nosotros.
Sí, claro que sí. Estoy muy emocionada de poder compartir con todos los puertorriqueños que viven fuera de Puerto Rico, que se den este tipo de eventos precisamente para nosotros celebrar nuestra cultura y sentirnos orgullosos de quienes somos.
Mil gracias.
Well, yes.
The parade continues, and we come right back. Stay with us here on Channel 7 in New York City.
Puerto Rico is in crisis. It's been 9 months since Hurricane Maria. So many people all over the world have opened their hearts to help Puerto Rico, but there's still so much work to be done. Small businesses are the lifeblood of Puerto Rico. They were the hardest hit, and it has been harder for small businesses to get back on their feet. Join Google in supporting small business recovery efforts on the island. Google will match up to $2 million in donations. Donate now at g.co/supportpr. Thank you.
you're casting your spell on me. I say, oogum, 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 oogum. Now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. Ooh, my baby's casting spells on me.
There are enough holes in this case to drive a truck through.
A mother on death row.
A crime I believe she did not commit.
But did she do it?
I didn't murder my children.
The Last Defense, new series Tuesday on ABC.
It's New York Lottery's numbers one affirmative drawing for Sunday, June 10th, 2018, being observed for KPMG. I'm Mirda Serrano. Now, here's today's number. The first roll up is 2, the next is 1, and the last is 6, making the Matthew number 216. Get a free Take 5 ticket with the purchase of a super pack in June. And now, win 4. The first ball up is 2, the next is 4, the next is 7, and the last is 2, making the Matthew win 4 number 2472. Thank you for joining us and have a great day.
Welcome back to the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade. Joe Torres, Susan Castillo, and me, David Navarro. So happy to bring this wonderful celebration of Puerto Rican heritage, culture, pride, and a way to say thank you to first responders in the wake of Hurricane Maria.
And you're looking at dancers and the group from 1199 SCID, frontline caregivers in hospitals, nursing homes, clinics, pharmacies, and all other areas of the healthcare industry. We're happy to have them be part of the ring here. Now that's an outlet right there.
Right? A walking miracle.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the disco ball from your garage too, right, Joe?
Yeah. Oh, man.
You got a big garage.
That is some flow right there. They're loud and proud. Nurses, aides, techs, lab workers, housekeepers, you name it, they're all members of 1199 here in New York City. We've got another guest joining us. She is a parade ambassador. She's one of our good friends here at ABC.
Yes.
Sunny Hostin, ¿cómo estamos? How are you?
Muy bien.
Mira, the flag. You got to go ambassador.
Es como un sueño. Sueño estar aquí con mi gente.
Wow.
I have to tell you, I am having such a wonderful time.
A lot of energy.
I've been coming to this parade since I was a little kid. I grew up in the South Bronx.
Yes. I know.
And I cannot believe that I have been on a car as an ambassador waving to mi gente.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's
great.
amazing. I have my mom in the car with me, my aunts in the car with me. They're over there.
Okay.
And,
Gabriel, Paloma.
Titi. That's my aunt Inez. That's my mom, Rosa. So sweet.
You know,
it's amazing.
You being in this place is because of your hard work and all you have done over the years. You have earned every step of the way. We're so proud of you as Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
I was
and
saying,
as a colleague. Yes.
Yeah, as
So
a
cool.
colleague. But it was so fun when I found out. I didn't realize you were Puerto Rican.
My real name is Asuncion.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah, that should have been the
Asuncion
tip-off.
Providencia. But everybody
roll
calls
with
me
that?
Sunny.
It rolls off the tongue easier,
Yes,
So much
but
easier.
Spanish is my first language. My grandmother passed away a few years ago, but she really taught me the language, taught me about the culture. Her name is Virginia Romero.
Okay.
I know that she's looking down on me. I really do. And I know that she's just so proud that the community has embraced me in this way.
You know, you're such a role model. You know, people might see you on TV right now as a legal analyst, but you were a federal prosecutor before that. I mean, you paid your dues to get to the place where you're at right now. Talk to me a little about how important role models are. I mean, you are now a role model for so many young Latinos that are out there. But it's so great when we have them.
It's amazing. I think it's really necessary. I keep on telling people I'm a possibility model, because if I'm sitting here, any kid that is watching this should know that they too can make it. My parents were teenage parents. I grew up again in the South Bronx in the projects. You know, we didn't have a lot of money, but we had a lot of love, and I knew that education would be the great equalizer.
Yes, for sure.
And I studied hard. My goal was to always give back to the community, because I really believe that you cannot live a perfect day without doing something for someone who can never repay you.
Yeah.
And that goes for your community. And so role models for me, possibility models, are everything. And I am humbled to think that people are now looking to me, because I've look to so many of our people as role models. And to be sitting here with all of you,
Gabriel
y Paloma, my children,
Yes.
my daughter made it into the Westchester Catholic League basketball championship today at 5 o'clock. That's why she's not here. And that's Paloma. And Gabriel, unfortunately, is studying for a math final tomorrow. He is a sophomore in high school, and so he can't be here. But I know that they're watching their mother. He told me, wave at all the fans, Mama. So,
Well,
that's
listen,
so
we have
sweet.
to let you get back to the parade, but I can't let you go before reminding everybody.
Yes.
The View, Channel 7, 11 o'clock, before Eyewitness News from David Navarro. At 12 o'clock, she's my lead-in. Thank you for that lead-in.
Thank you.
We're so happy.
And thank you, Sonny. Thank you so much for keeping Puerto Rico, the conversation going on The
It
View.
will always be going on The View as long as I have a seat there.
All right, we want to go back out to the street to our colleague, Candace McGowan, and look who she's got. She's talking baseball with Jorge Posada and his wife, Laura.
Absolutely, the padrino and madrina of today's parade. So happy that you guys could take a moment to stop and talk with us. I wanted to ask you, you guys did a lot of work after Hurricane Maria went through, a lot of significant work. What did it mean to you to be in Puerto Rico after the storm hit, assisting the people there?
Well, as soon as I saw the devastation of the hurricane, we were talking. I said, what are we going to do to help out Puerto Rico? And I jumped on a plane, and we started a fund to try to help out Puerto Rico. The support that we got from people, celebrities, it was overwhelming. And we're still working for Puerto Rico right now.
Yeah, you talk about what's your plans moving forward? It's loud out here, guys. But what are your plans to continue to support them in the future?
Okay.
Yeah, right now, the recovery efforts in the beginning were all about first aid and getting essentials to the island. But now our plans have moved on to helping the economy. It's really important for the world to know that Puerto Rico's tourism is open for business. So we want you to come to the island, support the local businesses, and we are actually working with our partner in Puerto Rico, Foundation for Puerto Rico, and giving small businesses grants so that they can reopen and people can come to the island and enjoy the beautiful place it is.
Absolutely. Tell me lastly, how is it to be out here today? A celebration of the resiliency of Puerto Ricans.
Well, this is an honor. We couldn't be here, while you were playing, but now that I'm retired half the time, I'm so happy that I'm here in New York, my second home, but this is for Puerto Rico.
Yes. I want to thank you guys both so much for joining us today, and thank you for the work that you guys continue to do.
Thank you
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, Candace, thank you. And this is a picture live from the United Federation of Teachers float. And what a representation they have here at the parade. They represent more than 200,000 educators, home daycare providers, healthcare professionals in all 5 boroughs. The United Federation.
Such a critical help they provided to so many students in Puerto Rico. When their schools were closed, they opened their doors here. They helped teach these students who needed a place of learning. Thank you again. So much of this parade is about saying thank you to the people who have stepped up when we needed them the most.
Absolutely. And here we're looking at the JetBlue float. What a beautiful float.
Yeah, it's great.
Looks like an airplane, fittingly. And JetBlue is the #1 airline in Puerto Rico with more service than any other carrier and nearly 500 local crew members who call the island home.
They're the sponsor of the National Puerto Rican Day Parade. And, so many of our family and friends travel back and forth there. A lot of awards there for JetBlue. They got the best airline, North American Travel 2017. And Kenny Garcia, Puerto Rican singer-songwriter, guitarist, producer, who's on this float. His new album, Soy Yo, released May 18th. So, way to go, Ken.
JetBlue, an important sponsor of the Puerto Rican Day Parade as well.
Yes.
And yes, how many people have taken their flights to Puerto Rico, Aguadilla? Yes, for sure. JetBlue flies to Puerto Rico, the #1 airline to the island. Yeah, that's a nice float too.
It's beautiful.
Looks like a plane.
And while we're watching this beautiful parade with all the flags and all the pride. If you're joining us, we are expecting to see ESPN's coverage of today's Formula One Canadian Grand Prix. You can find it over on our digital channel. It's called Live Well. The channel numbers are on the bottom of your screen, or you can watch it streaming live on the ESPN app. We try to be here for everybody.
Very cool. So many different ways.
Yes, for sure.
I love it. There it
you see
is.
it, the Live Well Network. You can find it on where to find it on your particular provider
110
as well.
on Optimum, 467 in Bios, 1240 on Spectrum.
And don't forget about the ESPN app streaming live coverage as well. If you don't have that app yet, you should get it because it's just fantastic.
And speaking of apps, you know, on ABC7NY, again, want to put a shout out to Rafael Bayo and Demarius Diaz from Univision 41, who is providing a Spanish broadcast of our broadcast of this parade. Thanks again to both of them for helping us out with that.
You can listen in Spanish, you can listen in English, you can listen without any sort of announcers or hosts as well, and just sort of get the flavor of the parade as the people make their way down up Fifth Avenue.
And again, we want to remind you, if you just want to listen, because sometimes you don't want to hear us. You heard a song.
Exactly.
That was your song. You got married to it. Let's put the volume up.
Okay.
You know, you go to the multi-stream experience that we're offering on ABC7NY, and you can watch the stream clean of just the music and the sounds of the parade themselves.
And we've been hearing a lot of really great music.
Yes.
Yes, haven't we?
Blasting through our ears.
This is the Añasco Social Club. Organization's mission is to provide healthy families, preserve the rich culture of Puerto Rico.
That's right, particularly for its youth, and raise self-esteem of Puerto Rican youth. All very important things that need to continue.
Look at their banner there, founded in 1960. So they've been around the block and have been part of the parade for years. Good to see them involved here today.
A lot of wonderful people doing a lot of great work. Different organizations, all of them needed more now than ever on the island.
You look at groups like this and you think, in that group, is there a future Sonny Hostin? In that group, is there a future Isai Morales? Two the folks that joined us here and brought so much, that continue to bring so much pride to our community.
Yes.
Is there a future Susie Castillo? I bet there is.
A future Zuleika Rivera, right? A future Miss Universe.
Yes.
You never know. Puerto Rico has been one of, I think I lost count, but I believe it's 8 Miss Universes.
Really?
They've been one of the countries, and for such a small country, such a small island, they've had, after the U.S. has had the most Miss Universe winners, but Puerto Rico's number 2.
See that?
And right now we're looking at Danima Productions. Since 1982, the organization works to keep the youth in the community engaged. They have services to educate, bring people together, closer to their roots, fostering pride and their heritage, also making people more aware of their environment.
You know, education has been such a big part of the parade, and especially the New York National Puerto Rican Day Parade. It prioritizes and promotes the pursuit of education through its scholarship program and education leadership awards. And to date, get this, the parade has awarded more than 300 scholarships, totaling more than $650,000. And this year, there's a special tribute to teachers who go above and beyond to ensure that students here and in Puerto Rico succeed with their education.
When Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, it destroyed hundreds of schools. According to the Department of Education, over 25,000 students fled the island in the wake of the storm. Still, many students and teachers remained.
So many of the educators on the island were left with no materials, were left with, in an age of technology, are left with no internet service, computers, basic supplies. Many of them are purchasing on their own or reaching out to be able to get the materials and the supplies and the books, just the basics. In some cases, furniture in the schools.
Teachers provide students with a safe haven that allows them to psychologically cope with the impact of this storm.
And so the role is that as a teacher and as an educator, I need to take care of some of those basic needs before I can get you to focus again on math and science, because your day-to-day life has been totally disrupted.
The National Puerto Rican Day Parade honors these heroic teachers and their plight to ensure the children of Puerto Rico receive the education they need.
We've always known that the teacher is a hub. and a key person in our community, and which is why we are recognizing Teacher of the Year and celebrating our teachers. As we celebrate our young people, that's possible if we have a good, strong partnership with teachers.
This partnership is essential. Understanding that education is the great equalizer, the National Puerto Rican Day Parade has selected 100 candidates for college scholarships.
And they're our future, and the future is bright. And these kids are amazing. They're wonderful, wonderful students. If we don't invest in education, if we don't provide the support, then what do we have? I work in an elementary school. In elementary school, I get the little ones, kindergarten through 5th, and I got to see what it's like when they're graduating and they're ready to move on. So this, to me, was an amazing experience.
Now, of the 100 scholarship winners this year, 30 were from Puerto Rico, the most of any state or U.S. territory. It has been incredible to see how the community has jumped in to support our students by donating to the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Scholarship Funds. And you can help too on their Facebook page. It's facebook.com/National Puerto Rican Parade / and through their scholarship page on the NPRDPinc.org website. NPRDPinc.org /donate now /.
There you go. I had a chance to talk to some of the students. Susie, they are so fantastic.
They are.
They have 400 applications for the scholarships.
Yep.
And the winners came from 12 different states and Puerto Rico.
Wow.
So it's just the work that's being done.
And as
Sunny
said it too, and we saw it in that package,
Yep.
you know, education is the great equalizer.
Yep.
No matter where you come from, you work hard,
Alrighty.
you can get there.
We just saw them. I want to give them a shout out because they're out of the screen now. But you just saw the Connecticut Institute for Community Development for Puerto Rican in the Puerto Rican Parade here. It's the Hartford chapter. Mucho Boricuas there are in Connecticut.
Many, yes.
So thank you for being part of the parade today.
And what a great day it's turned out to be. The rain has held off. You just got the clouds. It's a cool afternoon here in New York City. And so much pride and love on display.
Yeah, Mother Nature has really cooperated. Oh, so good. DJ Papu.
Coming down Fifth Avenue. Look at all those people. This really is. I mean, I think this is the most Puerto Ricans I've seen on Fifth Avenue.
Yes.
And this is the Coca-Cola float.
Oh, happy to have them on board.
With Dasha Polanco. The Coca-Cola float. For over 125 years, Coca-Cola has been refreshing the world. The company is the world's largest total beverage company, offering over 500 brands to people in more than 200 countries.
And to continue to thrive as a business over the next 10 years and beyond, they look ahead, understand the trends and forces that will shape their businesses in the future, and move swiftly to prepare for what's to come.
That's right. That's what their 2020 vision is all about.
Que bueno. That's great. Coca-Cola.
And Dasha Polanco, who is on that float, she's a Dominican-American actress. She's known for playing the character Dayanara Daya Diaz on Netflix series Orange is the New Black. Great show.
Yes.
You are watching the 61st annual Puerto Rican Day Parade. We have much more to come. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
The National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Channel 7 is sponsored by Corona. Enjoy the refreshing taste of Corona and experience something extra. Google, matching up to $2 million for Puerto Rico. And the Acacia Network, rooted in the community since 1969.
Hurricane Maria was devastating for Puerto Rico. We already passed 8 months since Maria. We still have families that don't have energy. They're suffering. It's important for the people to donate because we need more support. That's going to give us a help to get back on our feet. Puerto Rican people, we are strong, we are grateful, we fall down and we start again.
Acacia Network is the largest Puerto Rican organization in the nation. As Puerto Ricans, we share a strong commitment to tradition and community values. By improving the health and wellness of our community, we advance the fulfillment of our mission of leading change while promoting healthy individuals and prospering families.
It's an incredible week on Live. You look incredible.
You look incredible, too.
With incredible guests. And next, Live, Holly Hunter from Incredibles 2.
Hey, Kelly, can you fix that light?
Sure.
What's better? Plus, Leslie Bibb from Tag and Melissa Benoist. It's going to be an incredible morning.
Hey, Riley, get me a cup of coffee?
Sure. Next, Live.
Watch Live
tomorrow morning at 9 on ABC 7.
Welcome back to the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade, live from 5th Avenue here in New York City. It is a beautiful day full of just what seems to me to be the most Puerto Ricans on 5th Avenue that I've ever seen. So many wonderful people have come out to be with us here today.
And there's the Labor Council Union making its way up. Respect and Justice for Puerto Rico making its way up. United Probation Officers Association now just coming in front of the stands. Everyone's just being represented so wonderfully here.
Yes. Now, they're a nonprofit labor organization representing the health, safety, and interests of New York City's probation officers.
Yeah, the United Probation Officers Association is dedicated to advancing the professional interests of its diverse members and protecting the rights of its members.
And now, Procter & Gamble, with the Athlete of the Year, Carlos Beltran on board.
Yes. Professional baseball outfielder Beltran was named the American League Rookie of the Year after his inaugural year playing in the majors.
We remember him well here in New York.
Oh, don't we?
He contributed to so many great games. Such a proud member.
There he is in the back of the float. I wonder if he's wearing his World Series ring that he won last year with the Houston Astros.
Yes.
Absolutely a critical member of that team.
Yeah, he played for Kansas City Royals, Oakland Athletics, the Houston Astros, as you just mentioned.
And the New York Mets
as well.
Mets. Yes.
Let's go back to the Mets.
Yes. We need something good to talk about the Mets, please.
Yes, I do. You know, I'm a Yankee fan, but my mother's a Met fan, so you know, I got to temper it. I got to temper it. By the way, you know, we talk about him as a player, but in reality, he's also a volunteer doing a lot of good work for the island.
Yeah.
He provided supplies, the mainland transportation to those left stranded after the hurricane. Just, the guy's giving back to the community.
Yeah, he contributed $1 million of his own money to Hurricane Maria relief in Puerto Rico.
Those supplies, I think, if I got this right, supplied to 22 towns.
Yeah.
And he actually made several of these deliveries himself, going, into those communities, going door to door to make sure the much needed.
Can you imagine how that was like?
Carlos Beltran aquí here.
Yeah. Aquí tengo dinero.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Man, oh man. Wow, that's a big horn that's coming. This is Richard Crazy Legs Colon. I remember Richard from last year, the National Puerto Rican Day Parade ambassador.
There he is.
Yes.
Hip-hop artist, b-boy icon, and philanthropist from the Bronx. Local.
Bronx in the house.
Oh, big time, for sure.
Yeah, he established his own hurricane relief campaign. It was called Rock Steady for Life. You can see him holding the chart right there. He used the concerts to raise funds. Just one of the many, many ways that people in this community have stepped up. We're so proud of him for it. We thank him so much. And when your name is Crazy Legs, come on.
Yeah, you're a winner for sure.
And now we're look at that beautiful pink Jeep, the Humboldt Park Jeeps.
Yeah, from Chicago, right?
Yeah, Humboldt Park Jeeps is a community of Jeep enthusiasts based in Chicago, Illinois.
Now, Humboldt Park is the Puerto Rican community of Chicago, the city of Chicago.
Yeah, sure.
Very proud. I spent some time in Chicago, and if you wanted to find the chicharrón, that's where you went.
That's where you go.
Yeah, that's where you go.
Arrojuntos, Santostones,
Yes, now I am really hungry.
I know. Why do we keep doing this to ourselves?
You know what I keep thinking about, guys? Is we're having such a good time.
Yeah.
The parade seems endless, and it's 10 to 2. We're not halfway there yet.
Wow.
Well, that's good. I don't want the party to end.
Who doesn't? Yeah.
But we have to mention that as we're seeing all of these Jeeps coming down 5th Avenue here, they all drove their Jeeps from Chicago to New York.
They did that last year.
Yeah.
That must be something.
That was a fun ride.
Imagine seeing this.
Exactly.
That's amazing. And here they are to support and celebrate Puerto Rico and its people.
Yeah, with that kind of vehicle, you're almost tempted to get off the highway and get on. Get to some of the side roads.
Yeah, off-road it all the way over here.
My
You could do
goodness.
it.
I hope they had the doors on there when they were coming on the highway.
Well, look at you, witness protection. I like that. I think that looks so unsafe.
I look unsafe, you guys.
It's all
He's
about
hanging out of
safety.
the car.
I hope he didn't come from Chicago like that.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
He doesn't have his seatbelt on, Susan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
boy.
sensitive.
I know.
Humboldt Park Jeeps, thank you for being part of the parade.
Yeah.
A lot of pride going on there.
They're
All
so
the way
excited
from
to be here.
Chicago.
I love it.
It'll be a fun ride back, won't it, David?
Yes, I suspect. And, you know, I'm just remembering, I had a Jeep back in the day.
Just like that one?
Almost. But it had the doors, Susan.
It had the doors.
And it had a top. And
Okay.
so it was a very safe vehicle.
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
It got stolen from me, by the way. That's how nice it was.
Oh, okay.
Right in front of my office.
Oh, no. Really?
At ABC.
You came out and said, I'm sure I parked it there.
I actually almost heard what you said, Joe, and then someone blew the horn right in my ear.
No, what I was going to say, that you came out to find your vehicle and you swore you parked it there.
No, I parked it there.
And it's gone.
Exactly. You know, now we're going to be following the special recognition for the cuatro musicians, Manny Trinidad and Maribel Delgado.
Fabiola Méndez, Luis Sanz, Pedro Guzmán.
El cuatro is the national instrument of Puerto Rico.
Right, and one of the themes of this year's parade.
And also on the float there, perhaps the musician with the greatest name ever, Iluminado Davila.
Yes, I love
That's just fabulous.
Well, of course it's fabulous.
Yes, the parade honors two legendary cuatro players, Pedro Guzman and Iluminado Davila, as lifetime achievement honorees. Congratulations to them.
Now, for those who've never seen el cuatro, it's a Puerto Rican. The Puerto Rican cuatro is it's a guitar-like instrument.
There you see it
10
there,
strings.
right? Yep.
Yes, there it is.
So you need all your fingers.
You need all of them. You need extra.
I play guitar. I play 6-string and 12-string. That's 10-string. It's a whole different thing going on. But it's a beautiful sound. And
It is a beautiful
when you hear it played in a Puerto Rican song, what makes it so special?
Many Christmas.
Yeah.
Música aguinalda is what they call Christmas carols. But there it is. You're hearing the sounds of el cuatro.
Oh, they look great. No, you can hear it coming by us now, right?
Let's listen in a little bit.
It's unmistakable, right? When you hear it, you say, ese es el cuatro. There's no doubt.
And as we let them pass by with the beautiful music, we want to go back down to Candace McGowan, and she has got the wonderful Carlos Beltran.
Another baseball player.
Yes, just Carlos Beltran, no big deal. Let's see, I was looking at your hardware. That's pretty impressive, right?
Thank you. Only took me 20 years to get to this point, so.
That's so awesome. We're so excited to have you here today. You and your wife have done so much work after
the hurricane.
Hurricane Maria. Tell me a little bit about what the work you guys have done.
Well, right now, we're on a plan of rebuilding 200 homes in Puerto Rico. Our foundation is very active in Puerto Rico, and we're proud of the year that we've been doing. Proud of the Puerto Rican people. Very excited to be part of the Puerto Rican parade. This is my first time. I played in New York 10 years and never got the opportunity to be part of it. So it's great to see so many people having fun today.
Yeah, you know what many of these people and their family members have been through. Tell me, what is it like to be a part of this showcase of cultural pride?
Honestly, it feels great. Like I said before, extremely proud of my country, extremely proud of the Puerto Rican people. I think what we went through last year as Puerto Rican, it was very tough. There's no doubt that we were going to be able to to get up in our feet. We did that. The support that we have received not only from Puerto Rican and Latino around the world, but everybody really have contributed, and we're excited.
Awesome. So much fantastic work on the field and with what you've done otherwise. We appreciate you so much for stopping and talking with us and being the Athletes of the Year.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, we're going to throw it back to you.
All right, Candice and Carlos, muchísimas gracias. Thank you, and felicidades to Carlos. Finally, a World Series champion. You heard him say it after 20 years in the big leagues with many teams, both teams here in New York. So happy to see him wearing that World Series hardware.
We're joined right now by the brand manager for Constellation Beer France. That's Corona Extra. They have other Modelo, Balas, so much going on. Corona Extra there. Eileen Hoy, thank you so much for coming and being part of it. Getting jobs.
We're so happy to be here.
Jobs are so key right now, and you guys help provide so many jobs on the island. Tell us a little bit about your commitment right now.
Well, our commitment here is to get ourselves back and touch the people, and this gives us an opportunity to connect with everybody in all communities, because, as Corona Extra, we are a national brand as well as a worldwide brand, but with Manhattan Beer Distributors also as our partner, we're able to touch the 5 boroughs and all across New York. So New York is home to us, and so is the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Can you share with me the excitement with all the folks there at Corona Extra and with the brand as the parade gets closer and closer, and you guys are going to be a part of it? It's got to be a good time.
Oh, it's a wonderful time. I mean, we just, we love the sense of community.
Sure.
We love to give back, and this gives us that opportunity to really connect those two, because we know together we make a difference. We know that.
Absolutely. And is this your first time experiencing the Puerto Rican Day Parade here?
The first time for the parade. I've been with the company for 20 years, so this isn't my first rodeo, so to speak.
Understood.
This is the first one on Fifth Avenue.
Yeah, it's a certain vibe to this one, isn't there?
Absolutely, absolutely. The energy is magnetic coming down Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
You really feel a part of something, and though I don't have Puerto Rican descent in me, I feel honorary today.
You do today.
I was just going to say, you are an honorary Puerto Rican.
Yes.
And we cannot thank you enough for being here with us and celebrating the Puerto Rican people.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's a real honor, and we're excited to be back next year in 2019.
And before we let you go, tell us a little bit about some of the charity work and the work that you've done with the community that has been so important.
Well, we've been doing a lot of different things from a corporate level. They've sent people down there to help out as well, and then we do stuff with local sponsorships as well that come around the 5 boroughs to help give back within.
All right,
Okay?
Thank you, Eileen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of the parade.
Thank you, Eileen.
Back live to Fifth Avenue, Ismael Miranda is honoree this year here at the parade. There he is, looking good, riding along. A Lifetime Achievement honoree for the parade. Que bien se ve.
Oh, he's looking fabulous.
Yeah, most people might know Ismael if I said it this way: El Niño Bonito de la Salsa.
El Niño.
That's the pretty boy of salsa.
And he's followed by Mega 97.9. If you are Latino and you like Latino music, then you're probably listening to Mega 90. They scream it at you. Mega 97.9. It's so great to see them.
You can count on them being a little bit loud when they pass by us here in a second.
I bet. Which, by the way, this is a great opportunity to remind you, if you want to watch and listen to us in Spanish, we have Rafael Bello, Denarius Diaz from Univision 41 joining us all day long. And all you have to do is activate the SAP feature on your TV, or you just go to our website, abc7ny.com, to watch the Spanish broadcast. It's just one of our choices of our multi-stream experience.
Yeah, in English and Spanish without any sound. David, I think just a year from now it might be just Susie. People saying, I just want to hear Susie.
And once again, we just want to invite, welcome you to the 61st annual Puerto Rican Day Parade. Joe Torres, Susie Castillo, and me, David Navarro, once again bringing you more than 1 million people strong lining up Fifth Avenue, showing pride, love, support to the Puerto Rican people and our culture.
That's right.
It's a great picture down Fifth Avenue. Lots of pride.
And here we're still looking at the Mega. La Mega se pega float. I love it.
Oh, you got it down, don't you?
I love La Mega.
It rolls off the tongue.
SBS, the Spanish Broadcasting System.
You know, many of you probably tuned in today expecting to see the Formula One race, and if you're joining us and we're wondering where it is, well, ESPN's coverage of today's Formula One Canadian Grand Prix can be There you go. You can find it on our digital Live Well channel. The channel numbers are on the bottom of your screen. There you go. Take a look. It's also streaming live on the ESPN app. So, Que Bonita Bandera. We're going to hear that a few times today.
Yes, we are.
And it's great every time.
It is. And the weather is just absolutely perfect for a parade. Look at these girls.
Just take it in, folks. It's just so beautiful to watch. Dancers, please.
This is the 10th year that Dancers Dreams are participating in the National Puerto Rican Day Parade. They are located in the Huntsville section of the Bronx, where they teach children to dance mambo, salsa,
The National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Channel 7 is sponsored by Corona. Enjoy the refreshing taste of Corona and experience something extra. And Google, matching up to $2 million for Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is in crisis. It's been 9 months since Hurricane Maria. So many people all over the world have opened their hearts to help Puerto Rico, but there's still so much work to be done. Small businesses are the lifeblood of Puerto Rico. They were the hardest hit, and it has been harder for small businesses to get back on their feet. Join Google in supporting small business recovery efforts on the island. Google will match up to $2 million in donations. Donate now at g.co/supportpr. Thank you.
You're casting your spell on me. I say, boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. Ooh, my baby's casting spells on me.
This is my Toyota Highlander. I love it. And I'm keeping my family safe at no extra cost thanks to Toyota Safety Sense. Similar features would cost more than $12,500 in a Jeep Grand Cherokee. For that, I give my Highlander 5 stars.
Tested, trusted Toyota. Lease a new 2018 Toyota Highlander for just $259 a month. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Find your Toyota at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
And welcome back to the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade, live from New York City's 5th Avenue. Susie Castillo here, joined by Dave Navarro and Joe Torres. And we are looking at Dancers' Dreams. This is their 10th year participating.
Right at a Hunts Point section of the Bronx.
Oh, they got it down.
Look at them. Look at this beautiful little girl shaking her bomb.
Wow, she's
like
got
Ricky
it down.
Ricky Martin says.
Now, we want to remind you, this year, Channel 7 is giving you more ways than ever to experience the National Puerto Rican Day Parade. It's our first ever interactive multi-stream experience. All you have to do is go to abc7ny.com, or if you have a phone app, ABC7NY phone app, you can not only watch the parade, but also listen to the broadcast in Spanish and watch other cameras, all the cameras that we have set up for this production to you. That's available on abc7ny.com, and we are streaming this Spanish with the help of Rafael Bello and Damaris Diaz from Univision 41, who is joining us all afternoon to listen in Spanish and just enjoy the experience any way you like.
We're breaking new ground. here at the parade this year. Absolutely.
When are we doing the Spanglish broadcast? Well, actually, that's what I'm doing.
It's a little bit. Yeah, we're kind of doing that already.
That works its way into the broadcast automatically.
Yes, all right. Look at that face.
Oh
Qué
my gosh.
preciosa. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
How proud is mom and dad of that little girl?
Right?
Look at that view. Fifth Avenue. Covered in red, white, and blue. Boricua pride right there.
That's right.
Mucho orgullo.
Wow.
Lots of flags. Mother Nature's cooperated. You were saying it, Susie. Man, it's not too hot. It's not too cool. Absolutely perfect.
There's a nice little breeze to cool people down.
Give it up for traffic.
Now, I think this is the Massachusetts in the background.
They are. I saw the little flag there. Holyoke, Massachusetts,
And
my home
Springfield.
state.
There you go. That's right.
Representing.
Yep. Every year, the parade board of directors recognizes a Puerto Rican community stateside here in the continental United States that's played an integral role in the collective history of the Puerto Rican diaspora. Johnny Bliss, take it away. He's on the stage. Go ahead, Susie.
There he is. Johnny Bliss defied expectations in his blind audition for The Voice by
I'm
singing
so
Puerto Rican
excited to sing this song for you guys once again.
Rafael.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hernández Marin's 1937 ode to the island, Preciosa.
Take it away, Johnny.
Somebody sing along. I don't hear anyone. I don't hear nobody singing this anthem. Sing it, sing it, sing it. If you don't know it. Oh my God, I want his flag so badly. Jesus Christ. Papi, dame esa bandera. Dámela a mí, yo me la gané. Te estoy mirando. Preciosa te llaman los bardos que cantan tu historia. No importa el tirano que trate. No voy a cantar sobre esta banda que está espectacular.
And here we are from my home state, the cities of Springfield, Holyoke. They are the honored stateside community. Every year, the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Board of Directors recognizes a Puerto Rican community in the continental United States that has played an integral role in the collective history of the Puerto Rican diaspora. And this year's honored stateside community is comprised of the adjoining cities of Springfield and Holyoke, Massachusetts. It's about an hour away from where I grew up in Methuen, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And they first formed in the early migrations of Puerto Ricans to the mainland in the late 1940s and 1950s.
And in light of the storm, how the diaspora has grown with so many people leaving the island, coming here to the mainland, to seeking opportunities, seeking whatever they can do to keep surviving.
And so many cities across the country become pockets of Puerto Rican culture. You know, whether it be Humboldt Park in Chicago, as you mentioned earlier, you know, whether it be the Bronx.
Right.
Here's a good example of Orlando now is a growing Puerto Rican population.
Central Florida has really become
and here's
Puerto Rico
Springfield, Holyoke, really carrying the mantle as well.
And their population has now grown to over 70,000 Puerto Ricans in that area. It's pretty amazing. So let's get more acquainted with these communities. Take a look.
Yeah. You know, and it's not just recently that Puerto Ricans settled in Springfield, Holyoke. It dates back to the early migrations of Puerto Ricans to the mainland in the 1940s and the 50s. Their populations have grown, as you mentioned, to more than 70,000 Puerto Ricans just in that area alone.
Pretty amazing, and we have some great little package to show you guys, so take a look here.
The City of Homes and Paper City. Two communities tucked away in western Massachusetts and nestled in the Pioneer Valley. Although far from palm trees and Caribbean breezes, both are overflowing with Puerto Rican culture. The rich culture was deep-rooted in New England when Puerto Ricans made their way to the mainland looking for opportunities.
When I got to Springfield and I got to meet all those Puerto Ricans that were living here at that time, through my wife, of course, she was born and raised here in Springfield, and then we met in the military and got married, and she brought me here. And I just felt in love.
And for me, you know, Holyoke it became a place of opportunities. I was able to grow professionally, you know, academically and professionally in Holyoke. And so Holyoke is home for me.
Here in Springfield and Holyoke, the Boricuas are so many that it's easy to, you know, you feel like home.
Although many Puerto Ricans have made Holyoke and Springfield their home, they never forget where they've come from. Some even dedicating their lives to sharing their culture and bringing a piece of their island to the Pioneer Valley.
My goal is to pass my knowledge, my experience, and every single piece of information that I can to the younger people growing up with talent.
Nueva exists to be a catalyst and a partner for a vibrant, powerful, sustainable Puerto Rican Afro-Caribbean community of Holyoke. So here in Nueva, we've created the Holy Rican Immersion Project, where we're offering programming like Julio, the Social Justice Theater Camp, for kids to teach them about their culture, their history.
The biggest piece is teaching our little ones who we are, where we came from, and why we act the way we act.
Both cities have seen many accomplishments by the Puerto Rican community.
In Springfield, Massachusetts, we're 70,000 Puerto Ricans strong. I got involved with organizing, wanting to get involved with kind of just waking up my community. And then now, you know, in our 28th year of our Puerto Rican parade, you know, seeing my father struggle with it as a young man, and then being able to be part of his legacy.
I've been in Holyoke now about 13 years, and originally from Puerto Rico. Led me to where I am now, which is at Holyoke Community College as an academic counselor. I've been there 12 years. And also as a city councilor for the city of Holyoke. I'm in my third term right now.
Well, you know, one of the things that we're doing in Holyoke right now is we have a newly recognized Puerto Rican cultural area on Main Street. And one of the projects that I get to work with community partners, such as Nueva Esperanza and the Center for Design Engagement, is having placemaking throughout the Puerto Rican cultural area. We're planning on what types of public pieces of art we would be putting there in the years to come.
And, you know, honoring the communities is one part of this, but also reaching out our helping hands to students is another. Marching now, many of this year's National Puerto Rican Day Parade scholarship winners, in addition to giving at the parade website at nprdpinc.org. You donate now. You can also support the scholarship fund by purchasing the D. Rico t-shirt designed by a really wonderful creator of the Broadway smash hit Hamilton. You might have heard of him, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Here are the shirts.
La camiseta.
Mira eso. Now, the proceeds from the sales of this t-shirts will directly benefit the parade scholarship fund. Now, the t-shirts are $29, available in black and gray, and they look fabulous on all of us.
You know, if Lin-Manuel designed it, you know it's going to be stylish. So for sure, you want to get your hands on one.
It features the words. I don't know if you can see it. Amor, love, poder, power, and Boricua.
That's right.
That's the name for the Puerto Rican people.
It's a lot of pride there in that t-shirt.
It's
Looks
a
good.
really cool t-shirt, and it feels really nice. You guys can't feel it,
And
but we can.
You know, at least two of the scholarship winners were from Springfield, Holyoke.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
So great.
It was so great to hear their stories. They each had to write an essay about, you know, what was important to them as a Puerto Rican. And each scholarship, $2,000.
You know, there was 100
Yeah.
This is the second year in a row that 100 scholarships to exceptional high school seniors and college freshmen, sophomores and juniors of Puerto Rican descent have been handed out.
Yeah.
And they're good, they're substantial. Each scholarship is like the amount of $2,000 for a total pool of $200,000.
Yep.
That's a lot.
That's like a 20-fold increase since 2013.
Guys, I got to tell you the story. We just saw him there. He's one of the scholarship winners. He's a kid named Adriel Soto. He's from Ponce.
Okay.
He lived on the island during the storm. The family home could not continue. Came here to Queens with a 4.0 average and barely spoke any English.
Wow.
He maintained his 4.0 average.
Wow.
Got the scholarship, and now will be continuing his education at St. John's University.
That's incredible.
It's just a success story that's just phenomenal.
And a future role model who'll probably be sitting next to us in one of these parades.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll talk about the difference that person made and how that person now is reaching out to others.
Or he'll be governor one day.
Yeah.
we'll see.
He'll be running things in New York.
Adriel Soto.
Welcome back, Joe Torres, Susie Castillo, David Navarrochi, welcoming you to the 61st Annual Puerto Rican Day Parade. And we are just loving the sights, the sound. Did I see Tito Puente's name just up there?
There he
Probably
is.
did. Yep, for sure.
Tito Puente Jr.,
There he is. Okay.
who's becoming a legend like his dad.
Oh, of course.
He's amazing. Learn from the best.
I shared a story earlier. My favorite Puerto Rican Day Parade story was riding in the float with his dad, Tito Puente.
Yes.
And when we turned up Fifth Avenue,
Forget it.
The building shook from the excitement from the crowd. And he hit those timbales. He was like, I was like, I have gone to Puerto Rican heaven. Thank you very much.
Even the buildings were dancing.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Well, guys, here we are looking at El Pueblo de Salinas. From Puerto Rico. Look at them. Beautiful people. A group of citizens representing the town of Salinas in Puerto Rico. They aim to show the world their culture, that their pride and people are strong, and that Puerto Ricans will not allow a storm to define who we are and where we are going. And they are here walking down Fifth Avenue.
And looking good.
Looking good doing it.
Here's your geography lesson. Salinas, located on the southern coast of the island, south of Ay Bonito and Calle, east of Santa Isabel, west of Guayama.
You know, your trips down there, although you had to deal with so much suffering and so much problems with the hurricane, you really learned the island, didn't you, Joe?
I mean, you get...
There are towns I never heard of,
well,
and you're like, I know them now.
Yeah, you start looking at a map because this was a community that was impacted, and whether you get there or not, you start to realize exactly where they are. In las montañas, they're up on the north coast, they're on the west coast. You really do get a sense of that 100 by 35 mile island very, very quickly, and the 78 pueblos that make it the island that it is.
So important. It's so many of them now being represented today in floats, in person, as they just talk about pride and culture and excitement about. They are the pool of where we're all from. You know, the island is such a critical part of this parade, and that culture that it now maintains in here in the United States, throughout the United States. It's just wonderful to see.
And David and Susie, you know, it's so nice that the focus is on maintaining the fact that it's a celebration. Because remember, 2 years ago, we had the tragedy of the Pulse nightclub on the day of the parade.
That's right.
Last year, we had the controversy with Oscar Lopez Rivera. This year, we've got the storm that has affected, you know, every Puerto Rican just about everywhere. And I think board members will tell us that if there was a year that a celebration was needed, this was the year. So.
Well, we are so glad to welcome the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Board Chairman, Luis Maldonado, with us here. And what a celebration this has turned out to be.
No, it's lovely, and I'm just walking up Fifth Avenue. You see so many more people this year than the prior years.
Okay.
You really see everybody's coming together, diciendo somos un pueblo con muchas voces, y pa'lante con Puerto Rico, because that's what we need to do.
To what do you attribute the big numbers?
Well, I think, you know, the fact that the community has really come together ever since September 20th. When the hurricane was hitting the island, everybody came together to work in synergy, and I think this is a manifestation of all that support and desire to help Puerto Rico move forward.
I think Mother Nature helped too.
Yes, absolutely.
Not as hot as last year.
I feel like this is my third year co-hosting And this is the most people I think I've seen on Fifth Avenue.
We've got a wonderful turnout.
It's been amazing. Tell us more. Tell everybody more about what you guys have been doing, the board and the National Puerto Rican Day Parade, to help.
Well, again, since September 20th, we were on the phones actually coordinating with Daddy Yankee to make some food and emergency supply collections at his concerts in New York, in Connecticut, and then in Chicago. And then after that, really working in support with the Puerto Rican Family Institute, the Hispanic Federation, to not only collect emergency items, but also donations, fundraising. And of course, we participated in the march, the Unity March for Puerto Rico on November 19th. And then other things since then. We haven't stopped.
You know, this is such a great opportunity to shed light on not only our culture and our history, but also the need that needs to continue to happen, as well as recognize the heroes that stepped forward.
That's right.
But I know that you share this with us, that there was a point where there was some discussion whether you would even have the parade this year. And tell us what was the process to decide, yeah, we're going to go forward with this.
Especially through social media, we had those questions. Why would we celebrate when we should be in mourning? And there's merit to that, but again, we have to uplift the community. If there's ever one year that we need to be uplifted and to celebrate, it's this year, and to do so in a way that, again, keeps the issues of Puerto Rico in the mainstream conversation.
Luis, we couldn't stop talking about the number of people from Morovis, the town that's honored this year in the parade. It seems like they set the whole pueblo.
Absolutely. It was a wonderful start. And then the cuatristas, I'm sure you heard them. I just had so much cultural color to it. And then La Tuña Mayuesana, I just saw them pass. And so we've really tried to dial up the cultural aspects of the parade.
Wow. And we can see it with los trajes de bombas. It's been so beautiful.
You know, I'm going to put you in a hot spot here. We have so much talent out there, so many people that we look up to. In this parade this year, was there one that really got you all excited more than the others?
I've always loved Zuleika Rivera.
Really? That's a surprise.
Amen.
So she was a highlight. I told Susie too. I'm one of her biggest fans as well. But no, just all of them. It's hard to choose. Ismael Miranda, he's a legend. You know, the Posadas, not only was he a fantastic baseball player, and his wife has just done so much in terms of philanthropy.
You can't pick one,
it's just hard.
Thank you so much, Luis. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Really wonderful success.
Next year.
Yes. Next year, we'll do it all again.
You're already talking next year. I like that.
Looking live back on Fifth Avenue as more participants make their way on Fifth Avenue. I think I just saw the Daily News represented there.
Yes, the Daily News.
Yep.
Yes, it's 1919, so they've got some history in the city, no question about it. They want to, you know, if you want to go over it, 11 Pulitzer Prizes throughout its history, and they're proud participants in this parade. But I'm not sure who we're looking at right now. Does anybody know? I mean, obviously.
There we go. There's the Daily News.
They must be with the Daily News.
And that's a float right there.
It's hard to tell. There's so many, blending of the different participants coming up.
Luis was just talking about the size of the crowd. That picture shows it very, very well. I mean, on both sides of Fifth Avenue, it's just wall-to-wall people waving the Puerto Rican flag and joining in on this celebration.
And on the Daily News float is Selenis Leiva. She's a Cuban-born American actress and is known for her role as Gloria Mendoza in the Netflix comedy drama series Orange is the New Black.
All right, the National Puerto Rican Day Parade has created an all-star orchestra of accomplished musicians from various music genres. Musical director, que bueno, Papo Vasquez. He's an NEA Latino Master and Grammy nominee. He's gathered together world-class musicians to join him here on the stage. And this year's musicians have performed on numerous Grammy-winning and Grammy-nominated recordings.
That's right. Playing with our orchestra today, our special invited master percussionist, Jose Mangual Jr. and NPR DP honoree, cuatro player Manny Trinidad, among some of the best and up-and-coming musicians from the United States and Puerto Rico.
And joining them with some very special performances, singer Ismael Miranda with the Puerto Rican Day Parade Lifetime Achievement honoree, along with singer Michael Stewart coming up. Let's listen in.
Hoy con
Vasquez and his all-star orchestra. We have much more of the National Puerto Rican Day Parade ahead. Stay with us.
Thanks for financing the new space.
Yeah, I feel like I'm inside a pinball machine.
Our TD Bank small business bankers go above and beyond and visit your business.
Dutch folk music. It makes the tulips grow faster.
I never knew that.
It's true.
His name is Dennis, and his favorite food is kale.
We also have some lovely turtles. Because at TD Bank, the better we know what you do, the better we know what your business needs. TD Bank. Don't just bank. Bank human.
Puerto Rico is in crisis. It's been 9 months since Hurricane Maria. So many people all over the world have opened their hearts to help Puerto Rico, but there's still so much work to be done. Small businesses are the lifeblood of Puerto Rico. They were the hardest hit, and it has been harder for small businesses to get back on their feet. Join Google in supporting small business recovery efforts on the island. Google will match up to $2 million in donations. Donate now at g.co/supportpr. Thank you.
Puerto Rican Day Parade on Channel 7 and ABC7NY.com. Susie Castillo, Joe Torres, and Dave Navarro here on 5th Avenue in New York City having a great time.
Yeah, the Magnifico. It's been a fabulous day.
Beautiful. Lots of awesome music,
a wonderful celebration.
Yeah.
Yes.
The rain has held off. The sun is not an issue. Everyone's just enjoying this.
Yeah, the Mother Nature has cooperated. We've heard from numerous people that the crowds alongside the parade route are the biggest that they've been in years. Big time celebration.
Oh, and there's Jackie Guerrido from Univision. Jackie, I've had the pleasure of meeting over the years so many times, and she is just the sweetest. She's an American Spanish language broadcast television network. Puerto Rican. Yep, she's the co-anchor of Primer Impacto.
Yep, raised in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yep.
In 2004, she was named Goodwill Ambassador of the Puerto Rican Day Parade, so happy to have her back. She's the mother of 2 kids, Thomas and Adaini.
And I have to give a shout out to Adrienne Bailon from The Real. She was on the
Did you just see her?
New
Okay.
York Day, yeah, the Daily News.
Oh, the Daily News float, right?
Yes.
And again, a reminder that we are broadcasting in Spanish as well. We have with us Rafael Bello, Damaris Diaz from Univision 41. They've been with us all afternoon. You can listen and activate if you want to hear it in Spanish. Go to your TV and just go to that second audio program feature that goes like WhatsApp. You just head over to abc7ny.com and you can catch it there. It's part of a multi-stream experience we're providing this year.
And on social media, I'm sure there are people here with their cameras taking pictures for sure and posting them on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook as well. You see the hashtag there on the lower right of your screen, hashtag PR Parade. You can hashtag ABC7NY as well. We want to see your pictures, want to see your video, want to see how you are having a good time here at the parade. There you see the accounts PR Parade NYC, PR Parade NYC on Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook it's the National Puerto Rican Day Parade.
That's from 96.3, making themselves heard across the Foxborough.
It's unbelievable. Every now and then a boat comes by the stage We literally cannot even hear ourselves talking. And this is one of those floats.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do that.
Yeah, confetti cannons and everything.
Right.
Wow.
Getting it done.
Showering confetti.
Now, as I said, much of what this parade is about is recognizing the heroes who helped out during so much of the hard work that needed to be in. This is called the Hero Contingent we're looking at right now. For the past 30 years, this group has celebrated Puerto Rican Heritage Month in this country.
Yes.
Yeah, Comité Noviembre, they're great. They've been around a long time. Go ahead.
30 years, yeah. The Comité Noviembre has celebrated Puerto Rican Heritage Month in this country. The charge of CN is to create awareness of Puerto Rico's rich culture, language, and heritage, and to acknowledge and take ownership of it every single day. Not just every single day, but specifically during the month of November.
And under the umbrella of Comité Noviembre, 13 of the oldest and most prestigious Puerto Rican organizations in the country. They really make a big impact in the lives of so many Boricuas.
Love it.
Yeah, they're stretching through cities, states, and across the
they
nation.
really do make a big difference. The power of our cultural heritage defines us. That is great.
This is just a great way to see all the different ways people participate in what is the Puerto Rican experience, both on the island and here on the mainland.
And now we're looking at the Encuentro Guayanillense
Muy bien.
de Nueva York.
It's always our favorite one.
That's a long one.
Because it's a lot of
Yes,
you gotta work the jaw a little bit.
there.
How many times can you say that? Can you say it 3 times?
I'm not sure I can say it once, but you said it very nicely, so continue.
They are a nonprofit organization whose mission is to teach, promote, and educate children, young men, and other groups of Hispanics about Puerto Rican culture and customs. Y ahí tenemos las reinas. There's always, if there's a Latin parade, there are reinas.
There's a reina, of course.
At least 5.
Right, at least 5 reinas.
I think we've had
and multiple
like 6.
princesas.
Multiple princesas. Real ones. We had Zuleika Rivera, Miss Universe.
That's right.
From Puerto Rico.
We got them all.
And if you're noticing a theme and a focus on education, that's not an accident. You know, it's the parade, it's the board members, it's Encuentro Guayanillense, it's so many organizations that realize and understand that the way forward is through education.
Yes.
And they're really making a difference in the lives of young kids as they grow up and grow old and go to college.
Yep. It's interesting, you know, even within in my own household, my mom was a housekeeper.
Yes.
She worked very hard, at times had 3 jobs to put food on the table to raise my 2 sisters and I, and she put us all through college, all 3 of us. And she literally, I remember when I was 7 years old, I wanted, my dream, you guys are going to laugh, was to be a garbage truck driver. I wanted to drive the garbage truck. My mother, God bless her, didn't try to talk me out of it. She was just like,
right.
Whatever you want to be when you grow up, you can be, Susie.
Sure.
And that really, it just hit home with me. And as a child growing up with those very simple but strong words that she said to me, I mean, I look back at my life and been able to accomplish so much.
And education, obviously a key factor in the Castillo household. My mother went on to become a teacher of Spanish. And her students loved her, but nicknamed her, and she'll appreciate this, Fidel.
Oh, that's
pretty militant in terms of her discipline.
Well, you know, so much again, we're talking about how different groups have been helping out to organize big groups from FEMA to state agencies, but a lot of them have been put together in an informal way. And with us now is someone who has dedicated his life to service, a minister and missionary, and he's a National Puerto Rican Day Parade hero, Bert Pizarro. Bert, thank you for making time.
No, thank you for this opportunity.
As I talked about it, it doesn't have to be necessarily a formal group that came in. People like yourself have organized informally, getting things done to help the Puerto Rican community in the wake of this disaster. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I would put it like this. You know how the big barge ships come in? It takes a lot of time, a lot of logistics. Then you have the speedboats. Speedboats are a lot faster. That's who we are. We were the speedboats. We have 500,000 volunteer hours now since the last 8 months. Wow. Together with Convoy of Hope, over 4.2 million meals we have served all over Puerto Rico. We've cleaned homes, tarps, about 5 medical clinics, and all 78 municipalities. And we're grateful for the diaspora.
You're putting it right in their hands. You're putting the water. You're putting the food.
That's
you're
right.
putting hands and nails on doors.
Hands and nails, roofing, tarping, putting cement, mixing, doing everything. And we're thankful for everybody from the States that has come over.
Yeah.
We have over 712 people that have helped us volunteer from the States. They
Great
take
to see.
vacation. They take their time just to be over there and help us out.
And Bert, I don't want to set aside the spiritual aspect of this because time after time you talk to people in Puerto Rico and you can ask them, ¿Cómo es que sobrevivieron? How did you get through this? And time after time they would say, tenemos fe.
Well, I got to tell
we
you,
have faith.
well, for us, as our community, on the Saturday before the hurricane came, Isaiah 43:10, it says, God is our help. Do not fear, for he is with us. And you know what? God has been with us throughout this whole place. Y es importante dejarle saber a todo el mundo que no tanto somos la isla del canto, pero somos la isla del cordero. We've always been the island of the lamb.
Yeah.
And it's that faith that people have had that has helped us push through the most difficult time in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you need something to lean on like that for sure.
That's right.
And faith comes.
And
to
even
us.
speaking with the governor and different politicians over there, they always tell us, if it wasn't for you, the church being number one, this disaster would be much worse.
Oh, yes.
There's so many stories along the way. I probably couldn't pick just one, but tell me about what happened in Bayamon with the hospital there. I know that was a big effort.
That was a big...
Hang on just a second because we got the music truck going right past us.
Yeah.
So I want them to be able to hear you. Give them 1 second.
Yeah, this is the Taínos Hours going by. Fantastic. Here at Corazón del Barrio.
So there was a group of doctors that came.
Yeah.
There were 25 of them. They were called SAMs. They were supposed to go to Ponce. They had a triage set of 412 beds. And in 2 days, they only saw 6 patients.
Wow.
They were highly frustrated. Some sort of way they got my number. They came down and drove down to Bayamon the same day. I said, if you give me a turnover rate, because it was about 8 o'clock at night we saw them. I said, by tomorrow and by Tuesday before you leave, I guarantee you'll see over 500 people. And we prayed together right there, and that's how it happened.
Wow.
By the next day, we had them in San Juan, in La Playita. We had them in Utuado. We had them in Toa Baja, where the big flooding was.
Yeah.
And they were able to serve so many people, give away all their medicine. And after that came 3 more medical clinics that we sent in different areas of the island. And you know what? And we thank the diaspora. Gracias a ustedes. Please keep on helping Puerto Rico. We need you. You're the big help. No donation is too small. We'll keep putting it in the hands of the people, not through the administration things. So keep on helping us, please.
Toa Baja was underwater. That's where Governor Cuomo went during his most recent visit, and you can still see the devastation there. The mud line that's 8 feet high in the homes of so many people there in
And
Toa
in some
Baja.
places up to 16 feet.
Oh, wow.
We saw that, yeah. Devastated.
Yeah.
So we're just thankful for all the people that have come over. We're really thankful for all the help and the support para los Boricua.
And we're thankful for you and the work that you guys and the organization has done to help
Thank
the
you
people
so
there.
much.
It's
Yes,
just
thank
fantastic.
you.
Bert.
Thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you so much.
Hero for Puerto Rico.
Gracias.
Yes.
Keep up the good work.
Back live on 5th Avenue. Lucha por Puerto Rico. Yep, they're fighting for Puerto Rico. This is the New York State Nurses Association. You think people have been busy. My, oh my, they've been busy helping out. And they're fantastic.
And
no
Joe,
matter what's going on. Yes.
Next, we have a very special entertainer, actor, singer, poet, Flaco Navaja, performing his own special performance. It's
original
it pays
poem.
tribute to Boricua spirit. It's music by the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Orchestra music director Papo Vasquez. Let's check it out.
We are los hijos de Boriquen en la diáspora. We are aguinaldo, bomba y plena, salsa singers, actors, activists.
Listening to the music of Papo Vasquez and the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Orchestra, Que Bueno Es. We're coming back here on 5th Avenue for continuing coverage of the National Puerto Rican Day Parade.
The National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Channel 7 is sponsored by Corona. Enjoy the refreshing taste of Corona and experience something extra. Google matching up to $2 million for Puerto Rico. And JetBlue, tú por encima de todo.
Hurricane Maria was devastating for Puerto Rico. We already passed 8 months since Maria. We still have families that don't have energy, they suffering. It's important for the people to donate because we need more support. That's gonna give us the help to get back on our feet. Puerto Rican people, we are strong, we are grateful, we fall down and we start again.
ABC7 gives voice to New York's Latino community. Watch Tiempo with Eyewitness News anchor Joe Torres, Sunday mornings at 11:30, right here only on Channel 7.
The team to watch is on Channel 7 Eyewitness News at 5.
And welcome back to 5th Avenue in the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade here in New York City. And what a day it has been. I'm Joe Torres alongside Susie Castillo and my colleague David Navarro for what's just been a fantastic day and a fantastic event.
Really
and
has.
we still got an hour to go. How great is that?
It's been absolutely beautiful, and this year the parade is highlighting the national instrument of Puerto Rico, the cuatro, heard around the world in the beginning notes of the hit song Despacito.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that.
I've heard that song.
You've heard that song.
Wait a minute. Despacito.
Yes.
Despacito, a little
It
song.
sounds familiar. I don't know.
Well, the parade recognizes this instrument's historical and cultural significance, and this next feature showcases the cuatro along with Puerto Rican singer and trovadora Victoria Sanabria, this year's Orgullo Puertorriqueño honoree.
In 2018, the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Board of Directors has decided to pay tribute to the cuatro. It's time now that we do honor this instrument. It is the national instrument. It is deeply ingrained in our culture, in our music. It is something that many Puerto Ricans hold very dearly to them.
Es una especie de desarrollo entre la guitarra, el tiple, la bordonúa, que de repente creamos nosotros y es único.
Me place conocer a todos estos cuatristas que van a estar homenajeando, como Cristian Nieves, el caso de Sanz, por ejemplo, que el caso de Fabiola y Maribel, que son mujeres sacando la cara en cuanto a tocar el cuatro puertorriqueño. Tenemos también el caso de Don Iluminado Dávila, que eso es historia de nuestro país, ha sido maestro de muchos de nuestros cuatristas y sigue tocando nuestro cuatro puertorriqueño y sirviéndolos a nosotros como ejemplo.
Jóvenes productores, los jóvenes compositores, arreglistas, están incorporando el cuatro a sus producciones porque precisamente es un sonido nuevo para estos géneros, para los géneros urbanos que son tan populares hoy en día.
Tienes el caso más reciente de Despacito, que viajó el mundo entero y cuando empieza la canción Despacito lo que suena es un cuatro puertorriqueño.
Ay,
nos da cierto orgullo que sea recibido también en todas partes del mundo, ¿no? Da a conocer un poco de quiénes somos.
A través de nuestra música puertorriqueña se conoce la historia de Puerto Rico en general. Por eso vivimos agradecidos de nuestra música, por eso seguimos adelante con nuestra música. Porque en Puerto Rico hasta las piedras cantan.
And welcome back. Music, such a critical part of this celebration today. We have been listening to every possible Latino song I've ever heard march up here, and I've loved and I wanted to dance to every one of them.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yep. You can't get enough Mark Anthony on a day like today. You're looking at El Municipio de Loíza with the Belele Dance Company. Loíza, of course, a little town on the northeast coast of Puerto Rico, right by the airport there. Great little fishing village, and if you want some good food, some good alcapurrias,
oh, yes.
Loíza is the place to go. I'm telling you.
Again with the food reference.
I know.
Bueno, somos familia. This here, though, go ahead.
Yes, this is with Team UBA, the Puerto Rican family team, the contingent that advocates for Puerto Ricans that have been displaced by Hurricane Maria, and so many unfortunately fall under that category. You know, they were working and getting shelters and seeking social services for displaced families currently living here in New York.
And they passed us by, but I'll give them a quick shout-out. Casa Guanica, their mission to support and assist senior citizens and provide assistance for their needs in New York City and Puerto Rico. Good to see them as well.
It's just one.
And it's up to 7 Uber is showing their support for the displaced families by joining forces today with the Puerto Rican family team.
So many corporate sponsors have being recognized today, have stepped up and have been there to help when we most needed them the most.
And if you saw the side of their float there, they said survivors of Hurricane Maria.
That's what they are.
That's right.
And we are rebuilding. The island is going to come back from this. The island's going to be better than ever with the help of the people there and the people at large who just want to do what they can. And this was a humanitarian crisis, and so many were there for the Puerto Rican people.
And I don't think we can stress it enough. If you want to lend a helping hand, go vacation in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because
my family, we're planning a trip next year.
There you go. Because the economy could certainly use the tourism dollars, as it could forever. And the people there would love to show you that the island is surviving and will continue to survive and will come back. San Juan looks great. Get out of San Juan and you'll see the devastation for sure.
Yes.
But piece by piece, town by town, Puerto Rico will become what it was before, no doubt.
The Border Tourism currently launching a program right now on the island to remind people that there's still plenty to do there at this point as the rest of the country rebuilds, as you point. And they're urging people, come visit. You'll have a great time. There are places to do that as well and help the economy while you're at it.
You know what was fascinating, David, when I was there most recently, because right after the storm, you looked out at what was lush green forest, El Yunque. And then after the storm, it was this sort of brown, like someone had taken a weed whacker and just cleaned the island. I was so happy to see on the return visit now, the green is returned.
Oh, that's
the
wonderful.
lush has grown back, yes. And you have to remember, you're in the tropics, so a lot of rain and things are going to grow.
And Yucca has suffered through many, many storms, you know, and it keeps bouncing back. That's the beautiful thing. The problem is when we build homes and we build structures, you know, not everyone had concrete cement facilities. You know, many of them had made out of wood or, you know, material that just couldn't hold up in the storm. And now we're looking ahead. The hurricane season has begun. We're going to keep an eye on as we rebuild, and hopefully we don't have to endure another terrible storm as we start to get our feet back up underneath us.
Yeah, it's a scary thing. And I spent a lot of summers, you know, as a child. My mom would send me to Puerto Rico to spend time there and learn the culture and get to know my extended family. And that was always a fear of mine, I remember, as a kid, is going through, because of course summertime is hurricane season.
Yes.
But these tough hurricanes seem to come more in early fall, I feel, you know, September, October.
Yeah, much later in the season.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, later in the season.
Yeah, you start getting the feeling, the impression that, okay, we've made it. You know, the season is coming to an end, and suddenly you look at the forecast and there's something that's churning off the coast of Africa, and you're wondering, hoping, and praying that it doesn't come in your direction.
Oh, look, Hip Hop Hibero.
Oh.
Jibarito.
El Jibarito.
Okay, so the Uber Borinquen had 2 floats, and this is the second one there. And you can't go wrong with dancers. No.
Entonces frito, plátano maduro, jugo de coco, arroz con pollo, café con leche, arroz con pollo, café con leche, arroz con pollo.
Arroz con pollo, café con leche.
I'm telling you, you're trying to get me.
You can't go wrong.
I am hungry.
You're hungry, and if you need a shot of energy, you know, how good would a café con leche taste right now?
So good.
Man, if you're watching at home and want to make friends with David and Susie and I, café con leche.
Right? Bring it on over,
Just
you
drop
guys.
it by on my table here as you come by.
And here's the Capicú floats right here.
Yes, producer of diverse poetry, performing arts events here in New York City, formed using the philosophies of just about the most progressive intellectual and artistic movements of the last century. We're talking Harlem Renaissance, beat poets, black arts movement, and of course, the New Rican movement.
Yes, for sure. And if you look at their T-shirt, estamos aquí. We're here.
Right, and the number, again, a reminder of all those lost, latest count that we have.
Yeah.
Well, as we've mentioned, the parade is paying tribute to traditional Puerto Rican music and the 10-string guitar-like national instrument, the cuatro. So joining our National Puerto Rican Day Parade Orchestra is esteemed cuatro player and parade honoree Manny Trinidad playing Mi Música.
Yo le vengo a cantar a mi lindo Puerto Rico, con su tricolor bandera y el sabor de Eyewitness. Yo ni se chorrea, por eso reímos modernos, eres el más contento, forma mi soberano. Esta tarde se a mí me gusta cantar un bolero bien cantado y un merengue en Puerto Rico con su guajira nací en el sur del Bronx, en mi tierra boricana, y de tierras lejanas me canto de corazón. Esta tarde yo vine pa' que sepan una cosa, yo vengo respetuosa porque soy puertorriqueño. Sé que quiero que disfrutan del boque cantando, un ritmo de Lola para que sigan cantando. Orgulloso yo me siento porque soy puertorriqueño y como soy pueblano le traigo yo mi canto. Siempre lucho y abogo al favor de los calles, contra los ritmos que llegan por pues que viva Puerto Rico y se lo digo aquí, pues la tierra del coquí, la tierra del piladito. Seguimos los que cantan de boricua, que te cantan con su tripa, robo de todo el Vamos a echar pa'lante, levante la tu entera, porque
Música del cuatro. Man, does that sound good or what?
I love it. It's such a, it just reminds me of the island of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's classic. I gotta get one of those.
Yeah? What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna play it. Excuse me very much. I play. Yeah, play.
Looking now, the Transport Workers Union, a big union here in New York City. They move us through New York City on subways and on buses as well. The Transport Workers Union represents nearly 140,000 members. The airline industry, railroads, transit, universities, utilities, services, and gaming sectors here in the 5 boroughs.
Yeah, and they're standing tall and strong in Puerto Rico today.
Looking good.
They're a big group today that came out here on 5th Avenue.
Boricua, ¿cómo estamos, señores? Wave to us as they come by here. They look good.
We are enjoying this parade as much as everyone else is right now. And you have been watching the 61st Annual National Puerto Rican Day Parade. Susie Castillo, Joe Torres, myself, David Navarro. Such a pleasure to be here. We're going to take a short break and then come back with much more of this parade. Don't go away.
The National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Channel 7 is sponsored by Corona. Enjoy the refreshing taste of Corona and experience something extra. And Google, matching up to $2 million for Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is in crisis. It's been 9 months since Hurricane Maria. So many people all over the world have opened their hearts to help Puerto Rico, but there's still so much work to be done. Small businesses are the lifeblood of Puerto Rico. They were the hardest hit, and it has been harder for small businesses to get back on their feet. Join Google in supporting small business recovery efforts on the island. Google will match up to $2 million in donations. Donate now at g.co/supportpr. Thank you.
This may look like a car, but it's not a car. Because we don't make just cars. We make technology that moves people. This is the all-new Nissan Leaf, featuring Nissan Intelligent Mobility with tech like Pro Pilot Assist that is reinventing driving and changing the way we commute. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Healthcare workers are the heart of New York. From the city's toughest moments to everyday miracles, we're always there, providing life-saving care for you and your family.
My patients are like my family, and I know they're depending on me.
Welcome back to our continuing coverage of the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York City along 5th Avenue. These pictures from Newscopter 7 high above. This year, Channel 7 has given you more ways than ever to experience the National Puerto Rican Day Parade with our first ever interactive multi-stream experience. You can go to abc7ny.com or the ABC7NY app. You can not only watch the parade, you can listen to the parade in Spanish, in English. You can watch our other cameras, and we've got quite a few. All of that available.
Say hello, Rafael Bale.
Yep.
Say hello, Denarius Diaz from Univision. Thank you both for providing the Spanish language broadcast of this.
Dave's doing a tremendous job there, so happy to have them on board. But yeah, you can watch in English, you can watch in Spanish, you can watch without any announcers. There are a whole bunch of cameras that you can fine-tune. There's the instructions to listen in Spanish. You can just tune the SAB button on your remote control, and you're all set. A great way to enjoy the parade.
No se pueden quejar. Todo el mundo lo puede ver.
Ahora sí.
So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we're looking at the Public Employees Federation Statewide Hispanic Committee.
There we go.
Did I get that right? It's hard to tell without seeing you here.
Yep.
You know, they exist to promote the welfare of its members by representing them in respect to all terms, conditions of employment. That's their main thing.
And we just missed him before. Well, here's the banner to show. This is Uprose, yes.
Brooklyn's oldest Latino-led community-based organization. So they got a lot of pride going on. You know, it's an intergenerational, multiracial, nationally recognized community organization, Uprose is.
Yep, dates back to 1966.
Oh, wow. And they promote sustainability, resiliency in Brooklyn Sunset Park neighborhood through community organizing, education, indigenous and youth leadership development, and cultural and artistic expression.
And here's the New York State Public Employees Federation Statewide Hispanic Committee.
Yeah, there you go.
Supports and defends the concepts of individual empowerment and ethical performance as public service employees in order to best promote efficient delivery services to the citizens of New York State.
A real important link between, you know, public employees and Puerto Rican, Hispanic lawmakers and people that need help, doing good work behind them.
They establish networks and formalize liaisons with the Puerto Rican and Hispanic constituencies.
Yep. And also excellent salsa dancers.
Yes, there you go.
You don't have to be a great salsa dancer, but we just happen to be great salsa. There you go.
Yeah.
It's just sort of in our
just
DNA.
Want to say that.
Yeah.
I am a terrible salsa dancer.
How did that happen?
Never
you didn't get that gene?
How is I didn't. I guess I didn't practice enough. I don't know. It's a source of embarrassment for me.
Well, we can fix
as
that.
As a Puerto Rican, I need to fix it. That's one of my goals, is to learn how to.
You know, the man leads in the dance. You realize that, right? That may be the problem.
Maybe that's the problem.
I think we've solved it right here.
I'm a control freak, and I want to control the dancers.
You know, sometimes it's better when the lady leads. There's no question about it. Otherwise, we're stepping on each other's feet sometimes.
That you publicly acknowledge it here says a lot, Susie. So
you know what? The first step to recovery is right.
Acknowledging that you have a problem.
As a Puerto Rican, I should know better.
So we turned it into a 12-step program. We'll fix you all. Nice and good. It's going to be all right.
I'm in the perfect place to do it, apparently.
Yes.
Everyone's dancing salsa. We've been listening to wonderful salsa music from El Cuatro.
Yes.
Yep. Papo Vasquez, his band, his orchestra is, they say all-stars, they mean all-stars because they can make you swing.
Okay, here we go. We got the fraternities coming up the block. This is the Latino America.
Yep, Bonita. One of the sororities and fraternities, and there's a whole bunch of them here.
Let's see if I can say this one. Lambda Alpha Upsilon fraternity.
Yep. There you go.
And you know, their mission, they have a mission of being a network of professionals that promote brotherhood, scholarship, and service to the community, giving back.
Yep. And they have a dog there that they're carrying too.
I miss the dog.
Oh, hey, listen, when you can do this, you get focused on the parade.
Oh.
Okay, just to mention to anyone who wants to ride the parade, he's going to lose his phone in a second, but that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, there's
our
dog. How cute.
Yes, how cute he is. Yeah, when you can salsa along Fifth Avenue for, like a mile and a half, that's pretty good. You're going to sleep well at night.
Oh, yeah. Burning off all those chicharrones that
Here they are, Lambda Alpha Upsilon fraternity. Look, they're very proud.
Yeah, the fellas are looking good. Yeah.
I like the dance that they work out.
Yeah.
Look at that picture, one reaching down Fifth Avenue right now. As I said, typically we see over 1 million people. We don't have an official count yet, but boy, they're doing. Hey, back to the college students.
Yeah. They got a lot of energy, David.
They're pretty sly because our cameras go back just as they finish and they're like, nothing happened. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then they start doing crazy stuff.
And now they're dancing salsa.
Yeah, no, David, there's been no official count, but I don't think anyone would question there's been, 1 million people here along the sidelines.
And many of them contributing to the community, like Lin-Manuel Miranda, Lin and the Hispanic Federation. They teamed up with Google to help raise funds for the long-term recovery and rebuilding effort in Puerto Rico. And here's how you can join in this effort.
Puerto Rico is in crisis. It's been 9 months since Hurricane Maria. So many people all over the world have opened their hearts to help Puerto Rico, but there's still so much work to be done. Small businesses are the lifeblood of Puerto Rico. They were the hardest hit, and it has been harder for small businesses to get back on their feet. Join Google in supporting small business recovery efforts on the island. Google will match up to $2 million in donations. Donate now at g.co/supportpr. Thank you.
Thank you, Google. Thank you, Lin-Manuel Miranda, for all you're doing for the Puerto Rican people.
Yeah, and any contribution works, you know.
Absolutely.
$5, $10, $50, $100. Whatever you can do, Google's going to match it up to $2 million, which means, if my math is correct, $4 million if all goes well. $2 million from Google and $2 million in contributions. That would make a difference, for sure.
So we're looking at Diversity Dance Team right now. It's a group located at Mercy College, Dobbsbury campus.
Oh, yeah, up in Westchester.
Yeah, they got a mission. They provide dance to all by teaching members how to dance confidently. Susie, confidently. And with passion, Susie, to provide everyone a diverse dance experience. Even Susie Castillo, the salsa-impaired hostess of the show, they would learn to do this.
They would welcome you, Susie.
I need to join their group.
With open arms.
They would.
You know, this is the first year they participated in the parade. They said they wanted to show their fellow Puerto Rican brothers and sisters how much their pride the Diversity Dance Team has to offer. So, huepa to you. Thank you for everything you're doing and joining us.
Mucho cariño.
And it's important to know, too, that their team members come from a variety of different backgrounds. They're not all just Puerto Rican, but it's nice to see people coming together and learning each other's culture.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to take a guess on this one because I saw some boxing gloves there. I'm guessing this is the International Boxing and Fitness Club.
They think.
Well,
that was that one. But we got cameras all up and down here.
Yeah.
Well, you can't keep track of Joe. This could be Baile Cafe, modern Latin dance team.
I think that's what it is. These are boys and girls, 6th, 7th, 8th grades.
From Soundview Academy, Culture Scholarship, the middle school in the Bronx.
Yep. Never too early to start dancing, right, Susie?
You know, we're like merciless older brothers who look at you now.
The older brothers that I never had.
This is what we're going to do to you for the rest of it.
Wow, there's the boxing.
Oh, look at that style. Look at that.
Is he for real? Look at him.
You don't want to get in the way of that.
Yeah, that boxing gym is in Ridgewood, and they work in community advocacy by hosting functions such as the Salsa Social Hurricane Disaster Event in October, really helping to raise money there.
He's got some speed and some jabs. You don't want to be his brother. Who's on the receiving end of some of those?
That child, he had some moves.
He did.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. They filled the car with some speakers.
Well, look at all of that attitude, confidence.
Yeah, confidence.
Fantastic.
Yep. Mucha confianza, for sure. I think that's the Baile Cafe Modern Latin Dance Team. They have their routine down.
Oh, there we go.
There's a future J-Lo in there somewhere.
Now, this is the Rainbow Apparel Companies, one of the leading fast fashion retailers, they call them in the U.S. They draw inspiration from new trends, that they see on A-list celebrities. So they take that and they run with it. It's known for providing the latest fashion trends at an affordable price. And they say they offer a wide assortment of clothing for juniors, plus-size children, as well as extensive shoe collection. And here they are with all the Latino pride on display in the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Rainbow Apparel Company.
We're getting a shout out.
We got a shout out. Papo, ¿cómo estamos? Un placer.
Puerto Rico se levanta. Rainbow shouts acá. ¿Dónde está la gente que está orgullosa de ser puertorriqueño?
And we've been saying it all parade long. Puerto Ricans from different age groups.
Yes.
Young and old.
Young and old.
Out.
This is the Bronx Parent Housing Network, and they strive to become world leaders in the eradication of disease addiction. They work on poverty, they work on unemployment, so many things, including homelessness.
Yes, they work to provide affordable housing to low-income families, and their vision is a community where individuals and their families live fulfilling lives, free from addiction, health issues, unemployment, and poverty.
And Captain America was on board that float.
Oh,
no, this is a fraternity.
This is another fraternity.
We just went to another shot there, yeah.
The Phi Iota Alpha fraternity.
This fraternity has a lifelong commitment to Latin American culture for the guys. It's a fraternity
The dudes.
here in the U.S. The dudes, yes.
They involve intellectual development, cultural consciousness, personal growth.
It's a fraternity, right? Because I
Yes.
do see a lot of the young ladies on the float.
You know.
And that's okay. We're never going to turn them away.
Yeah.
This
But
is the Diario float.
Oh, sure.
The Diario, of course, the largest and oldest Spanish language daily in the United States. They cover everything, local, national, international news that are important to the Latino community.
Yes. And Diario's been around for a long time.
And
I think they got two floats.
I think I was just going to say, yeah. One is not enough. Let's do two.
And almost every float has had either a DJ or a band.
Yeah.
I say here we have a Diario has a singer.
Yeah.
And so many of the Spanish language newspapers are doing an important job of getting the information out to the community and letting them know where they stand, where their family and friends are in terms of dealing with what has happened in the past on the island and where we're going in the days ahead.
And on the float to El Diario, you see Puerto Rico se levanta, and man, that has become a popular hashtag.
Hey, let's
so
say
many
hello.
people on social media.
We had a camera on in Diario on the Diario float.
And these are pictures from Newscopter 7.
Everywhere.
Shannon Zone, high up above. Thank you so much. Salsa.
Okay, the Latino Club, the Carpenters Group.
Yes, the New York City District Council of Carpenters, Carpinteros. And they're rocking it, too.
They sure are. They've been participating in the parade now for the past 10 years.
Wow.
You know, a lot of this is not possible unless you have a real force behind it all. Someone who has it in her blood, in her heart. And that person is right here, Lorraine Cortez Vasquez, board member for the National Puerto Rican Day Parade. So great to be back with you. And what a wonderful day this has ended up being.
Thank you. The weather was not going to daunt us. And we started up early today,
Didn't we?
It's just phenomenal. They're out here and they're in great force and in great energy.
Luis was here earlier saying the crowd looks bigger than it has in years.
Yeah,
and that's fantastic.
Yeah. So, I've been pleased by the numbers given the weather. And this morning I was like, okay, what do I do? How much do I pray? I
think the weather helped you because it's beautiful to be out here. It's mid-70s. I don't think the weather got in the way.
But while, there's so many things that this parade is about. Pride, celebration of our history and our culture. But you guys really do important work for the community. And one of the things that you're very proud of is your scholarship programs and the way you reach out and help the education process. Tell us and share that with the audience a little bit.
When we were involved with this parade, we said it has to be more than just a celebration.
Yeah.
It has to celebrate the future, and it has to also create pathways. And we know that education is the economic equalizer.
It's the key.
And so it's the key. And we also know that one of the challenges for our young people is always an economic challenge. We see a lot of dropouts in the third year of college because by that time scholarship money gets tighter, families have a harder time negotiating. So we decided that we're going to put our emphasis on what we know is the key and the future of our community. It's either education or voting. We put our money on education.
It's the future, for sure.
Yeah, and so we're really proud. So far, we've had 305 scholars. Since we started with what? We inherited 5. We grew it to 15 the first year, and here we are. 4 years later with 305.
Yeah, it's been meteoric growth. And you got to love the fact that the most scholars this year are from Puerto Rico.
I know. That was very, very heartfelt for us. we never had gotten that number of applicants from Puerto Rico. So a third of the scholarships are going to recipients of Puerto Rico.
Oh.
And also some evacuees.
Yes.
And we also found that so many students came here. We are representing 19 states now.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this has really grown. And so we're looking for partnerships with other scholarship funds to say, okay, we could be your Puerto Rican arm.
Yeah.
And let's get more money and resources into these young people. And so that's where we are.
Oh, so fabulous.
Yeah. What I love.
Go ahead, Suzy.
Well, I just want to say that the focus of this year's parade has been, rebuilding Puerto Rico. I mean, what do you think we need to do to continue doing that?
Well, I think it's a two-pronged approach, right? We need to, one, keep going back, visiting,
go see the island,
giving them resources. So much of their economy depends on tourism. The other thing that we need to do is we need the diaspora, the people who live on the mainland, to vote, to register, have their voices heard. That no contribution is too small. Anything and everything we do. But it really is. This is not a sprint. We're talking about a marathon for Puerto Rico. We're talking about 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And we have to build a new Puerto Rico. Yeah. We can't go to the nostalgic old Puerto Rico. And that even goes from infrastructure. Our energy has to be different. Our economy has to be more diverse. And we also need to look at some of the policies.
Yeah.
And support them as the citizens that they are. Yeah.
And I love what Google's doing with their campaign to raise financing. That's so fantastic.
Like we get someone as a little renowned, like Lynn.
Like Lynn Miranda? Yes.
Involved in the story. It's just a win-win.
Thank you so much for everything that you have done for Puerto Rican people and the parade.
Thank you.
And we want to share with the audience, there is so many ways that people can contribute. And this next artist is another example of that. So many people have lent their talents to help with the efforts to rebuild Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. But musical artist Nice wrote the song Isla Bendita. And proceeds, which go to the areas of the island, hit the hardest. He's going to perform that for us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Nice.
Saludos, mi gente. ¿Dónde está el boricua? Levanta esa bandera bien alta, esto es para los de la diáspora. Esto se titula Isla Bendita, dice así. No es demasiada la casualidad que grandes cosas pasen cuando vivimos en hermandad. Se sorprendió hasta la naturaleza al ver que tu belleza no es algo que se puede arruinar. Y una prueba más nos brindó el destino para poder dar la mano al vecino. Y unidos en oraciones, agradecer que estamos vivos. Todo el que se sienta boricua conmigo, ¿cómo dice? Isla bendita, los ángeles te consuelan, lo precioso grita este coro. Isla bendita, tu corazón tiene fuerza, tu gente nunca se quita. Isla bendita, los ángeles te consuelan, tu pueblo precioso grita este coro. Isla bendita, tu corazón tiene fuerza, tu gente nunca se quita. Dios enfrente a la tempestad, tú no te detendrás. Gente valiente ya se levantará. Mi pueblo es uno. Ahora yo quiero ver a todos esos boricos con la bandera arriba, bien alta. Que se sienta el orgullo puertorriqueño. Y esto dice así.
You've been watching our live coverage of the National Puerto Rican Day Parade along 5th Avenue in New York City. What a day it's been, but we're not done. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
So, how many of them are there?
2, maybe 300,000.
We could, all 6 of us, go and 5 others, go and fight them, or we could just go take 5 from the New York lottery. We'd have a 1 in 9 chance of winning. Much better off. Tally ho. Boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. My baby's got his spells on me.
Welcome back to our live coverage of the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade. Live pictures from Newscopter 7 high above. David, I'm going to take a moment to give a plug here. Good. It is New York's most watched program focused on issues important to the Latino community. Politicians, cultural leaders, artists, and so much more. Join me for Tiempo every Sunday morning at 11:30 right here on Channel 7. We had a good show today leading up to the parade, and our coverage of the parade continues. Looking live down Fifth Avenue. What a picture, huh?
Yeah, so much pride, so much celebration today, and so much remembrance of how difficult that people still have to deal with right now in the 64th National Puerto Rican Day Parade. We're remembering the heroes that helped, as well as looking forward to the future of Puerto Rico.
And at the same time, uplifting and celebrating our culture and our pride, honoring students who've won scholarships, students of Puerto Rican descent who will continue their education at some of the finest colleges across the United States.
Now, I believe we're seeing right now the X-Dance Studio team. It's the sixth year that X-Dance Studios participated in this parade. Latin community-based group out of Hartford, Connecticut. You know, they love to represent the community.
Yeah, and they're making their way to the red carpet here, and I think once they get here, they're going to put on a performance that will shake a leg, to say the least.
Well, they are something special. We always enjoy when they come back, and again, this is the sixth year that they've been here at the studio, at the parade ground, and it's a pride for all of us.
And a big shout-out to them for putting the choreography together and making the trip from Hartford here to the Big Apple to be part of this national parade and celebration. So thank you, ladies. You look great.
Good point to remind everybody that we are doing a Spanish broadcast for you as well. Catch it at abc7ny.com. You know, today we also celebrate the culture, people, and heroes of Puerto Rico. Also remember those whom we cherish in our community, who we have recently lost. Our hearts are especially with the 9 Puerto Rican National Guard airmen who perished. And the number now, by some counts, 4,645 people who died as a result of Hurricane Maria. You all will live on in our memories forever.
The National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Channel 7 is sponsored by Corona. Enjoy the refreshing taste of Corona and experience something extra. Google, matching up to $2 million for Puerto Rico, and the Acacia Network, rooted in the community since 1969.
Maria was devastating for Puerto Rico. We already passed 8 months since Maria. We still have families that don't have energy. They suffering. It's important for the people to donate because we need more support. That's going to give us the help to get back on our feet. Puerto Rican people, we are strong, we are grateful, we fall down and we start again.
Acacia Network is the largest Puerto Rican organization in the nation. As Puerto Ricans, we share a strong commitment to tradition and community values. By improving the health and wellness of our community, we advance the fulfillment of our mission of leading change while promoting healthy individuals and prospering families.
Monday at 5, Eyewitness News exposes a huge loophole in construction safety training that could easily allow cheating to happen.
Yeah, sure. Look at that.
It's so easy, even 7 on your sides Jim Hoffer got certified. Is your safety being cheated? Monday at 5.
And welcome back to the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade as we watch Local 237 making its way up 5th Avenue. What a wonderful day we have had here. And again, I'm joined here by Joe Torres and Susie Castillo for what has been a wonderful experience today.
It really has been. The weather's holding up.
Yeah, Mother Nature cooperated big time.
It's a lovely, lovely evening. And
yeah, along the way, you know, we have got the opportunity to meet so many great people. And right now, Candace McGowan, our colleague at ABC, is there with the former City Council Speaker. And Candace, take it away.
Yeah, David, Susie, and Joe, we're here with Melissa Mark-Favorito, and former City Council speakers, former City Council member, and you've been so busy trying to support the efforts in Puerto Rico. Tell us about what you've been doing.
So I'm with an organization called Power for Puerto Rico Coalition, and basically to really continue to raise the voice in Washington, D.C. in particular, that Puerto Rico needs help. The amount of money that has been allocated is not enough. There is still an incredible crisis happening. And so here marching today with some groups that are raising visibility around the issue of Puerto Rico, that we can't talk about it just recovery for Puerto Rico without talking about the debt and the financial crisis that the island is also involved in. So it's a lot of work that we have to do. So I'm very excited about this effort to be part of this coalition and represent my community.
There's still, you mentioned a lot of work that has to be done. If people are watching and they want to know what they can do to help, what can they do?
Well, people can continue to call legislators, and we have Puerto Ricans all across this country in areas that we would not even think. We have a mayor of Puerto Riqueña who from Topeka, Kansas, for instance. So we have communities throughout. We need people to call congressional representatives. That this has to be a priority. We need to flex our political muscle. We have to do work in Florida, for instance, where there's such a large community, and displaced families that are now relocating here. We have a large number of displaced families in Massachusetts, for instance. So we're going to keep working on those issues to register, to vote, to raise visibility, awareness, and to say to Washington, you have not done enough for Puerto Rico. This administration has turned its back on the island.
Let me ask you, we've seen a massive crowd out here today, and people who've been here in years past say that this large crowd is people coming together after Maria. How has that been for you to see?
And I feel that that's part of what today is about, healing. We've gone through a lot, and our families continue to go through a lot. The people that live in Puerto Rico, there's a lot of stress, obviously. So the idea of being able to convene, to celebrate who we are, our resiliency as a people, and that this parade is offering that platform to really raise the visibility of nuestra isla. You know, I'm happy and proud to be Puerto Rican every day. But today really is an important day for healing and moving forward.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pride today, for sure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Well, guys, I'm going to throw it back to you.
Thank you so much. And, you know, right now we're watching Teamsters Local 237. They represent more than 24,000 New York public employees who work in New York government agencies, municipalities, libraries, schools on Long Island. Boy, they brought a big group with them.
They really have. And IABT is the largest Teamsters union. They offer services to their workers in municipal agencies who are predominantly Puerto Rican.
And it's white collar, blue collar, peace officers, technicians, professionals. They really are the lifeblood of the community. So we thank you for their representation here in the National Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yeah, no question about it. 7,400 of them work in New York City housing. 11,000 work in New York City agencies, Health Hospital Corporation, Jacob Javits Center, all over the city. Some 3,000 work on Long Island. And you know what? In the end, they also represent over 7,100 retirees across the country and overseas. And you can see a big connection to the Latino community.
Connections to the parade. because it looks like they have their own camera on the float that we can look through there. So the Teamsters, Local 237, representing the community here on 5th Avenue today.
You know, what's great is that we do have cameras in so many great places, and you can watch Channel 7 cameras in a way never seen before. We have a multi-view experience, and we've been promoting this throughout the parade because we're kind of happy. We're very proud of it. It's our first ever interactive multi-stream experience. All you got to do is go to ABC7NY.
Something new.
And on top of that, we have Rafael Bello and Maria Diaz from Univision 41, who have been broadcasting, doing a fabulous job in Spanish, so that you get every type of experience you may want.
And if you want to listen to Spanish, yeah, the News Copter 7 high above, as it is every year for the parade. Thank you, Shannon Zone, and the live pictures that you've been giving us there. It really gives you a good sense of perspective of how big and how wide the parade actually is. So, and don't forget, you can hit the SAP button on your remote control if you also want to listen to the parade in Spanish. And on social media, don't be afraid to share your pictures and your videos with us. Hashtag PR Parade, hashtag ABC7NY.
Let's listen in a little bit and enjoy a little experience of it. As you can see from the sheet music, it's Buenos Dias, America. I'm playing along because I play guitar. It's Good Morning America. So I'm playing along. Oh, I think you missed a note. No, I didn't. Perfect. That's great. Oh, Morenas.
Morenas.
Oh, Susie, go ahead. Your favorites.
We can't get enough of them. They are, I mean, you know, we don't really have royalty. Like, a royal family doesn't exist in Puerto Rico. So to us, our Super Bowls are, as you guys know, it's such a huge part of the culture.
Sure,
like,
it is.
The Miss Universe pageant, the Miss World pageant, Nuestra Belleza Latina, like all these pageants that's our royalty.
Hermandad Yaucana Cívica y Cultural. Founded in 1976. And I love the way that she incorporated the hand wave into the flag wave.
Yes.
That was
that right there. There you go.
She's got it down. And I love the two La Princesas with her.
Yeah, right next to her.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So cute, showing their community and their people, their rich heritage and culture and traditions. Of course, all of those things we've been seeing all day here.
Yep.
Nothing says that more than the National Puerto Rican Day Parade. And it's been just a joy to be here from the beginning with Susie Castillo, Joe Torres, and myself, David Navarro. Just, you know, this does never get old. It's just so much fun to see. It's a big family party that we have here.
Yes.
And it's a celebration, but it's also a way to move forward, to be a call for action.
And it's so needed, don't you think? I mean, it's this year, Susie, you know, I think Boricuas need to come together in ways that they haven't before, and they already have.
Yep.
And this is a great way to do it in a very public display.
Absolutely, and I believe Candace is, I can see her from here. She's down there with someone.
Who do you got?
Hi, Candace.
Hey, guys. I did find another one of my new family members. This is Marilyn from Patterson, New Jersey. Hi, Marilyn.
Hi, how are you? I'm great.
Good. You were telling me, where in Puerto Rico is your family? Where you
Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, Arroyo, Guayama. We're all over.
Awesome. And we were talking a little bit about how are they doing now?
Well, actually, they're recovering. Not the best, but here we are. We're standing by together.
Absolutely. Everybody talks about the resiliency of Puerto Ricans. What does it mean for you to be out here today among, just like this, our larger family?
Yes, to me it means a lot. It means because I'm here united to let Puerto Rico know, New York, New Jersey, we're united with them. Okay?
Absolutely. We're like the home away from home, for sure, right?
Yes, we are.
Excellent. Who are you out here with today?
My boyfriend.
Yes. Enjoy it. All right.
Thank you.
Well, we're meeting tons of people that are out here like this today, having a lot of fun and remembering their family members, thinking about them, and sending them their support from a long distance away. We're going to send it back to you guys.
All right, Candace, thank you.
Absolutely.
Representing Aguadilla, muy bien.
All right,
I love it.
You know, support is so key, and we want to tell you about this again. Lin-Manuel Miranda and the Hispanic Federation, they teamed up with Google to raise funds for the long-term recovery. You heard that woman just talk about recovery and the rebuilding effort in Puerto Rico. So here's how you can join in this effort. Check it out.
Puerto Rico is in crisis. It's been 9 months since Hurricane Maria. So many people all over the world have opened their hearts to help Puerto Rico, but there's still so much work to be done. Small businesses are the lifeblood of Puerto Rico. They were the hardest hit, and it has been harder for small businesses to get back on their feet. Join Google in supporting small business recovery efforts on the island. Google will will match up to $2 million in donations. Donate now at g.co/supportpr. Thank you.
Thank you, Google.
Yeah.
And thank you, Lin-Manuel Miranda. I can't keep track of all the ways he's been helping.
Lin continues to work so
many
hard.
different, writing that song that was donated. And
La camisetas, the T-shirts.
Right, bringing the production of Hamilton there. This project with Google, the shirts. Where's my shirt? Well, it's here somewhere.
Oh,
There you go. Aquí está la camiseta.
Right, he designed the shirt.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of ways, and it's just such a wonderful way of giving.
Yes.
Thank you, Lynn.
And talk about a powerhouse combination. Lin-Manuel Miranda and Google together. Yeah, that's talking about making a difference. And all you got to do is click on the link there, or just search Google on Google, and you'll find a way to contribute. And Google will match up to $2 million all the contributions that come in. So that's fantastic.
We're going to take a short break, but we're going to continue with the 61st National Puerto Rican Day Parade right after this break.
The National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Channel 7 is sponsored by Corona. Enjoy the refreshing taste of Corona and experience something extra. And Google, matching up to $2 million for Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is in crisis. It's been 9 months since Hurricane Maria. So many people all over the world have opened their hearts to help Puerto Rico, but there's still so much work to be done. Small businesses are the lifeblood of Puerto Rico. They were the hardest hit, and it has been harder for small businesses to get back on their feet. Join Google in supporting small business recovery efforts on the island. Google will match up to $2 million in donations. Donate now at g.co/supportpr. Thank you.
This may look like a car, but it's not a car. Because we don't make just cars. We make technology that moves people. This is the all-new Nissan Leaf, featuring Nissan Intelligent Mobility with tech like Pro Pilot Assist that is reinventing driving and changing the way we commute. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
You're casting your spell on me. I say, boogum, now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. My baby's casting spells on me.
When it's 5 o'clock, you're busy, and so are we.
Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Getting the news you need, the way you need it at 5. Breaking news with live reporters everywhere. Eyewitness News at 5 is all about right now. News at the speed of your life. Sade Baderinois, Diana Williams, and meteorologist Lee Goldberg with the AccuWeather forecast.
Weather that makes your life easier.
The news you need is at 5. Only on Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
I'm Diana Williams.
And I'm Sade Baderinois.
And welcome back to the 61st Annual National Puerto Rican Day Parade, live from New York City's 5th Avenue.
Look at this shot from Perspective 7.
That's great.
Best seat in the house.
Central Park on one side, 5th Avenue. It has been an amazing day out here.
Yeah, we got a great turnout. Right now, I believe we're looking at Phi Sigma Chi, multicultural fraternity. Am I got that right?
Well, I'm going to guess this is the Latinas Unidas sorority.
Sigma Lambda Upsilon.
Yes.
If my Greek letters are correct.
Hey, is that right?
And there's a very good chance that they're not. Here we go, Sigma Lambda Upsilon.
Yeah, you're right.
Señorita Latinas.
They are an organization, as an organization, they encourage cultural enrichment and empowerment of women and children of all cultures.
Very good.
They're united with their hermanas who are living in Puerto Rico and want to support them and show awareness at the parade here today.
Look at that sea of red, white, and blue.
And there's been a tremendous turnout of sororities and fraternities for this parade. It's just great to see.
It's great to see young people. I feel like we've seen a huge, like a resurgence of young people really coming together for their communities, whether, it be down in Florida, right, for the Parkland kids, or, sororities like this coming together for, their fellow hermanas and hermanos in Puerto Rico and supporting them.
It's the next generation, and to continue through the traditions and the cultural celebrations and the ethnic pride. For sure, it's great to see the young people.
I can speak for Joe. I think that we both have kids in college right now. And, I'm very optimistic about the future.
Yes, I am
They're very
as well.
connected. They're very aware of what's going on, and they're taking it seriously.
And they've got moves.
And then there's that.
Ay, pobrecito.
But it's a party. Come on.
Yes.
The fact that he can sleep through it, that's great. He's tired.
Training.
Yeah, training. Good training. These guys put together a nice routine. La Unidad Latina Lambda Upsilon Lambda Fraternity Incorporated. Wow, they spent some time rehearsing, didn't they?
They sure did.
That must have been the pledge dance.
Yeah.
You do this, you're in.
They got it down. That's the pledge dance. Okay.
That's funny.
You got to learn one way or the other.
Sorry, you're not going to make it.
That's funny. Now these guys, they take a leadership role in meeting the needs of the Latino community as a fraternity. So they come together to do.
Yep, you got to have mentors, right?
Yeah,
mentors play
things.
such a big role. Oh, the Puerto Rican lacrosse men's national team, David. We've got them on an upcoming episode of Tiempo. Great bunch of guys. We're talking college players and some of them professionals who are now part of the men's national team. There you see the hat. The future player for sure. And they've got a big competition, a world championship coming up in Israel next month. And they think they're going to do pretty well.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should head over there, Joe.
Yes, I'd love to. But it's great. We'll talk about more of them in a second. Latina Promoviendo Comunidad, another sorority here.
Yeah, their mission is to empower women by providing a supportive network dedicated to what they call their personal professional advancement. Just some good work happening for the Latino community. The organization, they participated in this event numerous times over the nearly 30-year history. So people who are fans of the parade, they know, they recognize them.
I think this is the Greek life section of the parade.
I told you we had our share of fraternities and sororities. They have come out and showing their pride.
In full force.
Now, they say that their sisterhood is further advanced by their shared dedication and promotion of public service and cultural awareness, with an emphasis on Latino culture, history, contributions, and experience.
Well, this is an experience here. This is the place to be.
Oh, how much fun is it to be in this parade?
You get the impression they're counting down the days till the next one. As soon as this one ends.
I know.
When can we do that again?
Now, see, had I joined a sorority, apparently, in college, I probably would know how to dance.
This would have been a help on that front.
I mean, look at these girls go.
Yeah.
And the guys, too. They all have these dances.
I've left one other thing. We talked about celebration of pride, culture. It's also a wonderful aerobic exercise. I'm just going to say.
Some good cardiovascular.
Never hurt
It's
anybody. A healthy parade.
Get your dancing in before the big food festival comes.
Lambda Theta Alpha Latin Sorority.
Okay.
That's who's coming in next.
It's a good group because their mission is to provide a safe space and express pride in their cultures, but they want to provide a safe space for Latino women.
If they've been dancing like this the whole way, David, they've got to be pretty exhausted. Wow. It's a long parade. Even before you get to...
Does anyone know how many miles it is? I was trying to figure it out.
I
the
don't.
number
I'm going to guess.
it starts at, 44th Street. It goes up to 79th Street. Figure a mile is 20 city blocks. So,
okay.
That's where my math ends, right there.
You did well right up to that point.
There you go. Back to you in the studio.
you have a calculator at home?
Exactly.
We provided you with all the information you need. It's a long walk. Come on.
Oh, Lambda Pi Upsilon.
Yes, Latinas Poderosas Unidas Incorporated. With the flags in hand, too.
I mean, amazing. I wonder how long it takes them to learn these dance moves. They were founded in 1992. The mission of the Lambda Pi Upsilon sorority is to empower its members as women and the greater global community. They do this through learning about each of their varied cultures and helping the underprivileged members of American society. Also doing a lot of great work. And now here is the Wolf Squad Auto Club.
Oh, okay. I don't see wolves or autos, but I'm sure it's a good club. Yeah.
Well, there's a Porsche.
There we go. Oh, yes.
We
have a Porsche passing us by, and a very nice, what I think is American-made, either GMC or Chevy.
With an incredible sound system.
Yes, exactly.
Now, these guys are based in the...
All right.
Hosts, they schedule meetups and competitions for car aficionados.
Oh, representing the boogie down. Very nice.
The boogie down.
Yeah, I bastante boricua in the Bronx, for sure. You're going to find them there, no doubt.
Well, is that where the majority of the Puerto Ricans here are from the Bronx?
Well, within the 5 boroughs, I think if you had to pick one that had the largest representation of Puerto
South
Ricans,
Bronx.
yeah, you'd start with the Bronx, for sure.
But boy, we're everywhere. We're a big group in Queens, obviously, where I grew up.
Yep. Brooklyn as well.
And Brooklyn, of course. Yeah.
I met some people at the gala the other day from from Staten Island.
Yes.
And here in Manhattan as well. So, por donde quiera, hay boricua.
Hay boricua.
Yeah.
I found a small group of us in Los Angeles, believe it or not.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you better get them into salsa lessons.
I'm never going to let it down. He's going to text me like a week from now.
Right.
How's
Next
salsa
year,
going?
we're going to have a whole salsa lesson class.
Yes. It'll be a whole package.
Yes.
Now here we're looking at El Especialito.
Yep. Weekly, right?
Yeah, every week over 250,000 copies of El Especialito are enjoyed by more than 1 million Hispanic readers.
They're the #1 weekly, not only in Europe, but in the U.S.
Wow. All right. That's some good readership.
That is.
For sure.
El Especialito.
Yep.
El Especialito, which translates to the special one?
The specialist,
The
perhaps?
specialist? El Especialito.
All right, a little lull in the action while the next fraternity looks like they're going to get ready for their routine here. I want to say it's Lambda Sigma Upsilon, a Latino fraternity.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, without music they can do it.
Let's check it out. This is a performance.
That was some military precision right there.
Actually based on reggaeton.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and other Puerto Rican elements.
They had it down.
Yeah, it's an organization. They were founded by mostly Puerto Ricans. And, they've been participating in the parade for the last 8 years. And obviously entertaining the crowds along the way.
Well, they picked a select few of 5 guys from the group. Said, okay, you guys, you guys are going to do this. We'll be there to cheer you on, okay?
All right.
Oh, here are the board members.
Yes.
Oh, this is great.
And you see the theme, un pueblo, muchas voces. One nation, many voices. That's so much of what we are about today.
And it was the theme last year. It was the theme this year. It was such a good theme. We're going to keep it.
That's a good theme.
It's a perfect theme, because that's what Latinos know how to do best.
Yep.
We come together.
But, just a big shout out to Lorraine and Luis and Nilda and Orlando and the rest of the board members, because this is the culmination of their efforts.
And now you see a group paying homage to those lost in this hurricane.
But here are the board members. What a moment it's got to be for them. Just a big sigh of relief and celebration that we've made it here to this point, because all of their efforts, all of their work, all of their logistical planning goes to these 4 hours here on 5th Avenue on the second Sunday of June each year.
Yeah, this Urban Community Solutions you're seeing here is a group made up of Puerto Rican, Latinos of all groups, and black communities here who have come to the United States but continue the culture of the people back on their islands, and you see the tears and the emotion that still is out there for those lost in this tragedy from this past hurricane and the one before that caused problems. And as you can see by their chants, many want to use this parade as a call for action, to make people accountable, and to never have people lost in a tragedy like this again.
Yeah, and the challenge that it's been, certainly reflecting and maintaining and remembering what's been happening on the island and continues to happen, while at the same time trying to have a celebration and to bring smiles to the faces of people. It can be challenging.
It is.
No doubt.
Yeah, but I think, it's been a day where that balance.
The balance has been good.
Yes, it's been really good, and that moment right there was just so poignant. I mean, she's speechless.
Yep, and the board members there bringing up the rear of the parade as they've got to be feeling great.
Big shout out to the National Puerto Rican Day Parade organizing committee.
So many years.
Board of directors walking,
honoring students as they walk by us
we
here.
thank you for all your tireless work, all of your hard work.
Fantastic celebration.
It really has.
Will continue for many,
Candace
many years
McGowan has been doing a great job out there in the field, and we have just enjoyed every aspect of it. Why don't we go to Candace, who I believe has a special guest with herself right now.
Yes, guys, I am joined by Parade Ambassador Michael Stewart. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, your new song, Y Soy Nueva York. Tell me about the meaning of that song and the broader meaning.
At least for me, it means a lot. I was born here in New York, but raised in Puerto Rico, so I'm kind of a New Yorican. I have the essence of New York in the salsa part, but in the cultural and lovely, being Boricua 100%, Puerto Rico gave me that. This song is for all the salseros that love to dance, because salsa is for dancing. So stop crying and let's dance some salsa.
Absolutely. I want to hear it right now. We have Michael Stewart performing Y Soy Nueva York. Thank you. Woo!
Shout out to the National Puerto Rican Day Parade volunteers, y'all. Woo! The blue shirts made it happen today.
Well, what a day it's been.
It has been.
Thank you. It's so great to be with you here for the third year in a row.
Oh,
Thank
you guys, it's such an honor. When I got the call again this year, I said, absolutely, I will be there, especially on a year that is so important to celebrate the culture, celebrate the island, sending our love and our blessings and so much prayer to the island as they continue to recover.
And we want to thank all of you at home joining us for this celebration. And Viva Puerto Rico. Our hearts go out to all of you there, and we'll always be there for you.
We'll see you again next year for the 62nd Annual National Puerto Rican Day Parade.
That's right.
Enjoy the party, people. Thank you for coming along for the ride.
Thanks for watching.
Soy el Brooklyn en Bronx. Soy Big